Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Saturday Night InSaNiTy.
Podcast.
The best and nerdiest podcast on the interwebs. Podcast. Snip, 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 snip.
Skeet.
That's SNIP. Saturday Night InSaNiTy podcast. Snip. Snip, snippity, snip.
Did you do the tweet?
Nope. Sure didn't.
Okay.
I'll do that now.
My one job is to remind you to do that shit, 'cause I'm the Twitter person.
That's okay.
You had one job. Actually, you had multiple, but still.
There's a lot of jobs. There's a fucking lot of things to do.
You had 20 jobs.
Tweet
I legitimately
sent.
hate the fact I gotta do like 5 steps just to go live minimum.
And
And that's why I'm feeling lazy. It's like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
people don't realize how many steps there are to doing a stream. It's not just click go and go. But,
Just go already.
yeah. There we go. Tweet sent. The world has been informed. Everyone feel free to signal boost up the yin-yang and get thousands of people watching. Thousands upon thousands of people. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, I will send up the pre-show right away, so that it'll be already up by the time we finish the show.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Why does it say we're watching the original Dark Shadows again?
Oh my God.
Hold on a second. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Never mind.
I was gonna say
I had to refresh the thing. Yes, for those who are out of the loop or weren't here, I will tell you now. Start doing some watch parties over on my Twitch channel. We're watching the original Dark Shadows. So all you need is an Amazon Prime account, because it's all on Prime, and it all links up through Twitch. And yeah, we watched the first 15 episodes on Thursday. So we're looking to do it every Thursday around 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll knock out another 15 episodes. And we're starting right from the beginning, like the beginning, where, you know, episode 1. So we watched the first 15 episodes. So that means no Barnabas Collins yet. He doesn't show up until way later. Just Collinwood and its ghosts. And various mystery and intrigue and strange goings-on therein. So,
Oh, fuck's
yeah.
sake, Carolyn.
So please, yeah. Fuck off, Carolyn.
Well, that's what it is, yeah.
And, yeah. And when will Joe learn? Oh, Joe.
Maybe next time I'll have to show up on time.
Poor
Next,
Joe.
watch an episode.
Yeah,
Joe.
for sure. Please do.
Sorry,
More the merrier.
wrong show.
Well, the soap opera, you can just show the fuck up whenever.
Well, this is true. As long as you don't want to miss the
Well,
Friday.
I come and go all the time.
You don't want to
know.
miss the Friday episodes. But yes, it is, as most soap operas, designed to be watched while you're doing the ironing or what have you.
Well, and you can just jump in. So the storylines come and go.
They do.
So
yeah.
jump in. You'll be a little confused, but if you stick to it, a new storyline will pick up. And
You'll pick up on what's going on. Yeah.
Yep.
And if you've been there for some but missed a couple, you can always say, "Hey, what I missed, guys? Anything important?" And then we can just quickly fill you in on the major events.
Yep.
So it's all good. It's all fun. Aw, don't
I
forget your
always have
blanket.
to do that with Vincent.
There you go.
Yeah. He does.
It's usually not a big deal, but when it is, it's like, oh my god, you missed everything.
Have a good sleep, sweetie. See you
Yep.
in the morning.
I'm cursed to walk away
Afternoon.
during. I'm cursed to walk away when what appears to
Love
be
you
about
too.
a dull sequence, but instead is a key plot point. But I'm peeing, so that has to.
It's like,
with me.
okay, so
Yeah, I go back. Like, okay, what you missed? Like, oh, he's like, yeah, you missed a really heavy dialogue scene. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Then you got to run it back, of course. It's like, you missed all of the exposition in the one and only exposition scene in this movie that actually explains everything.
That's my luck.
Yeah.
happened.
Some exposition is important.
Weird.
Apparently, I missed a
Shout.
love triangle, an angry boy, murder, and lots of square-jawed men.
Well,
Can you
damn.
imagine if my beard was like my chin went down to here? Can you imagine that?
Hey, and don't forget ghosts. Lots of not so subtle
Okay.
hints about ghosts. Already, we've had quite a few. Often blamed on poor little David, the devil child, but it's not always David. It's not always David.
No, it's just ghosts.
Just ghosts.
What's wrong with ghosts?
That's right.
Let ghosts be ghosts.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know what the deal is with the ghosts. Are they friendly? Are they malevolent? We don't know it yet. Stay tuned and find out. But, yeah, ghosts. Anyway, we're having lots of fun with that. I've seen a chunk of it before. I haven't seen anywhere near all of it, so...
You're an idiot.
What? Why? What did we say that was stupid? Anyway, thank you for the bits.
You're talking your nerdy faces about nerdy things, nerds. Okay.
Nerds, nerdity, nerd. Excellent.
Yep.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah, highlighter. I just want to get the pre-show sent up and on its way.
I like highlighters.
Me too. So you might hear a little bit of the end of the pre-show here for just a second if you're live on Twitch. Maybe do some editing or something.
I think JL just likes hearing you go, why? Why? Why did you do that?
Can't stop streaming.
He definitely gets some joy out of your
Here we
confusion.
go.
I mean, I get it. I do too. I enjoy your confusion as well.
I mean, I'm still not convinced that JL isn't just some elaborate years-long troll.
No, JL is just
Could be.
JL.
Could be.
Just our little JL.
I'm just saying he looks a little sus.
He looks a little sus.
Looking a little stuff.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we're gonna be playing some games on Twitch. The gang of us here, for sure. We're gonna be playing Phasmophobia. Speaking of ghosts, so we're gonna do a little ghost hunting and get the shit scared out of us. Apparently, I don't really know much about it, and I don't want to know much about it. I kind of like the idea of all four of us going in cold, having no idea
Well,
what
you
we're
see,
in for.
the story of the
So-
game is
And yeah, so
We're
that should be
paranormal
fun.
investigation team. That's all I know.
That what?
That's it. We're a
That's all
paranormal
you-
investigation team.
Yeah,
that's all I
that's
know.
all I know too. So, sounds good. So we're gonna all play that, and we might also
get into it.
play
If you want to
some.
laugh, just stick around because I will fucking howl and scream because I
Yes.
get into this game in the worst way.
Yes. So we might also play Among Us, which we've been meaning to play for a while. So, so lots of us playing together and in
Among, yeah.
only the way that we can. So it should be fun. So, all right. Highlight is being processed. Just gonna send it on through to the YouTubes.
No, damn it!
So yeah, I know with these two especially, Skinslip and Stoudman, it'll be fun. I've seen them play scary games before, and it's always hilarious. You think I scream like a girl? Just wait until you see our girl scream like a girl.
I scream.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Again, the game. Like watching Stoudman play. Oh yeah, go to Stoudman's YouTube channel, find his Alien Covenant videos,
Isolation.
Yeah.
Isolation.
walk out, and I'm not even
Yeah.
playing the game. Just watching Stoud play the game.
Yes.
15 seconds behind him, making him even more nervous.
My favorite bit there is where you're watching him play, and we just hear this horrendous crash, and then you come back on mic and just say, "Rolos everywhere." And it was like right before the part where Stoud just got the scare of his life when the alien jumps out of a locker at him or whatever,
Oh,
I guess it's not a locker, but a vent. And
Yeah, I remember that now. I remember. Okay, so I'm here and I'm trying to be quiet.
Rolos
because
everywhere.
the microphone's here, right? And I'm trying to be quiet, and I'm like trying to open the bag and go boosh, and Rolos everywhere.
Perfect.
Rolos.
It was
Rolos.
great. It was great timing because it was at such a tense moment too. It was glorious. All right, there we go. Pre-show is on its way, so folks can enjoy that while the rest of you are here live. A little something for everyone. You know, a little something for everyone.
I was mentioning to the boys like we should try to do that sometime again with two of us spectating on someone playing, because you can almost nearly instantaneously stream our video to a Discord chat, and so they can see you
almost in real time. Yeah, it'd definitely be better that way.
And that way you could get us really screaming at the right moments and shit. Practically, I mean, they're a little bit behind,
Just
a little bit of
rubber
banding for
just a wee bit.
But, yeah.
Excellent.
That is the mating call of the Stoudman.
Right. And or the death of baby Yetis. Whatever.
That too.
Alright, let's get some more water and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Dabu-dee-boo-da. Excellent.
Dabu-die.
How has everybody's week been?
Yeah, the noodles.
Absolutely.
There are noodles everywhere.
Shitty.
That was me in the kitchen.
Absolutely what?
Bitchin'.
Oh,
Bitchin', dude.
it's been pretty shitty too for me. Yeah.
It's been all right. Had a pretty good week.
It's been 1 week since you looked at the second.
The only annoying thing that happened to me this week really was I started playing some more scary games, of course, for Halloween. You on YouTube will see most of those soon. But one of the ones I wanted to play, I've been wanting to play it for a while, is one called Sanitarium, which is a classic CD-ROM point-and-click adventure. It's very creepy. It's got a really good story. It's all the characters have voice acting and everything, so it's pretty cool. It's from like 1998, I think. And people have been asking me, recommending it to me literally for years, and I've had it sitting in my Steam library for years. And so I fired it up when we were playing it, and we played it for about 4 hours. And the game is divided into chapters. I think there's 8 chapters. So I was right at the tail end of chapter 2. I'd figured out everything I needed to do. It was just a matter of going and doing it. So there's this part where my character is supposed to hop across this bridge to get to the other side. And the other side is where I have to do all the stuff that I got to do. So I had gone back and forth several times over the course of the game as I was doing things and figuring out what I had to do. And then I got to the point where I had everything I needed. I just had to go back over the bridge, do the last few things, and then finish off the chapter. And the character would not jump over the bridge. He just stood there. And I'm clicking all over the place trying to get him to move. He just keeps walking back and forth but wouldn't hop across the bridge. The game glitched. And we did a bit of digging, and apparently this is a glitch that does happen to some people. And there is apparently a version 1.01 patch that fixes all those bugs. For whatever reason, Steam has version 1.0, which still has all the bugs. I also have it on Twitch games. It is also version 1.0. And it seems all the streaming services, GOG, Twitch, Steam, all have version 1.0, not version 1.01, which fixes all the bugs. So some people have been able to play it just out of sheer luck. They just didn't get the glitch. But then there's other glitches in later chapters that people get stuck at, and it breaks the game. So we spent about 2 hours scouring the internet looking for this goddamn patch, and it's like one of those things that apparently nobody in the world has. It's like some people are just lucky and they have version 1.01. They bought the CD at some point and it came with the patch or whatever, or it was the revised edition. But for whatever reason, not so with any of the versions available online. So good fucking luck playing this wonderful, classic, critically acclaimed point-and-click adventure.
Oh, is this the game you're talking about where you got stuck at like 4 hours of the game?
Sanitarium, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that really sucks. That's I think that was like in a bundle. I'm like, why the fuck?
I know. I found some patches out there, but they're not the one I'm looking for. They're not the one that actually updated to the later version. So yeah, really frustrating because I was actually really enjoying the game. Like, wow, this is such a great old school game. It's got like a really good story and like layers of mystery, and I'm really digging it. It's creepy, and it's got everything
Just
I like.
right amount of cheese as well.
And then, yeah, there's a little bit of cheese there for sure, just right. But yeah, so until there's some kind of patch or some way I can get my hands on the revised version to copy over the files or something, like I don't know what I can do. So, sorry guys, I tried. I'll keep an eye out. I'll see if somewhere out there is the revised edition, and maybe I can get it to work on Windows 10. But don't hold your breath. In the meantime, we started playing some other stuff. Started playing Remothered, Tormented Fathers, which I thought was going to be kind of a nice, relaxing, story-driven, walking around mystery game. No.
You selling it?
No, it actually shares. It's more. Well, when we were just talking about Alien Isolation, it's very much of that genre where you're skulking around this mansion trying to solve the mystery. Meanwhile, there's this crazy guy with a fucking curved scythe hunting you through the whole goddamn thing, and you gotta be quiet, make sure he doesn't hear you. So it's basically more like Outlast or Alien Isolation. And as near as I can figure, he hunts you through the whole goddamn game. Like, you can distract him. You can get him off your trail by, like, throwing a vase at his face or something. But, yeah, there's no reprieve. Like, he is just around constantly. And to add insult to injury, no autosave. They went with the old school style, I guess intentionally, to make it more of a challenge and more frustrating, where there's only specific parts where you can save the game. Like, you can save as many times as you want, but only at specific locations in the mansion. So, yeah, so I played that for a while, got killed a lot, and then decided to move on to something else. So the one I've been playing since is one called Downfall, which is an indie game. Now, some of you may remember a game I played last year called The Cat Lady. Well, Downfall is from the same creator and is basically a sequel/sidequel to The Cat Lady. It takes place in the same universe and features some of the same characters. And it is so damn good. I've really been enjoying that one a lot. So you're definitely going to see a playthrough of that in the coming weeks. So look forward to that if you enjoyed The Cat Lady. And if not, go and watch The Cat Lady playthrough. It was definitely a hidden gem. It was amazing. Such a great story. So yeah. So anyway, looking forward to Downfall. There's also a third game from the same developer called Lorelei, which I think is also in the same universe, actually, because there's a character in Downfall named Lorelei. So I'm wondering if it's her story. So anyway, cool stuff. Definitely enjoying that. And lots of other spooky games on the docket for the remainder of the month and indefinitely into the future, because I love me some scary games. Yeah. I'm not sure when I'm going to...
the year of Halloween, damn it.
I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to Remothered, because honestly, it was incredibly frustrating and maddening, but I'll probably give it another spin at some point.
Well, then you have to play it like at least 3 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we've been doing this week. And, hope some of you will come by the live streams. We'll be doing stuff pretty much every day of some kind. So, sometimes we're just chilling and editing, but we'll also be gaming. Gaming.
Chilling and editing.
Chilling and editing.
Chilling.
The chillening.
The chill. The chill.
Alrighty, well, we should probably get to the news. There's quite a stack of stuff this week. New York Comic Con happened this week, virtually, of course.
Oh God, yeah.
So there's quite a lot of trailers. I'm sure I've watched none of them. Maybe one of them.
Oh yeah,
I see at least one that I watched. But okay, here we go. So
I saw one for sure.
Yes, in trailer news this week, we had the official trailer for the sequel documentary In Search of Darkness Part 2. Definitely want to get this one. The follow-up provides 4 more hours of diving deeper into the practical effects decade of 80s horror movies, including lesser-known titles and non-US horror like Italian and Japanese horror. The 7, oh wow, there's 7 this time. The 7 variant collector's editions announced. Whoa, hello. Right in the middle of the news. Hey,
Whoa.
007, thanks so much, dude. Much appreciated. Appreciate the stream contribution. We're at 93% on the donation goal, and Major Motoko is trying to hold in his spleen. He's taking some serious damage as the stream boss. I think we might have a new stream boss before the night's out. Thanks so much, guys. So the 7 variant collector's editions announced so far are YouTube creators Brandon Tenold, Good Bad Flicks, Oliver Harper, Cinemassacre. There's going to be a Cinemassacre edition. Slipknot frontman Corey Taylor, so another one from him. And horror icons Linnea Quigley and Elvira. I might have to grab a couple of those this time around. I definitely want the Elvira edition. Wouldn't mind the Cinemassacre edition as well, actually. And maybe Linnea Quigley, too. I don't know. It's money. Okay, but anyway, the Elvira edition for sure, because I got the Elvira edition.
I'll watch it when it hits Shudder, like the first one, which I haven't watched yet, but it's on Shudder.
Yes. I think that you don't get the additional footage from the alternate editions, though. Yeah. Because the Elvira one was the most interest to me, because, of course, she is an 80s icon herself, and I wanted to hear what she had to say about, her contribution to that era. So, yeah, so that's why I got that one.
Elvira rules?
Absolutely, Elvira rules. There's also that reason, yes. We also got the official trailer for the A24 film Minari. A Korean-American family moves to a tiny Arkansas farm in search of their own American dream. The family home changes completely with the arrival of their sly, foul-mouthed, but incredibly loving grandfather, starring Stephen Yeun, Glenn from AMC's The Walking Dead, in the leading role. Nice.
Oh, nice.
And it's A24, so you know it's going to be good stuff.
Of course.
So,
They're pretty consistently excellent.
You had me at A24.
I've yet to see a bad one. The worst one I saw was 3 out of 5 stars, entirely watchable.
There you go. We also got the official trailer for the Netflix original anime series Blood of Zeus, premiering October 27th. A commoner living in ancient Greece, Heron, discovers his true heritage as a son of Zeus, and his purpose, to save the world from a demonic army. Very cool.
Cool.
This is the one I watched. Second trailer for the adventure comedy Free Guy. In the open-world video game Free City, Guy, played by Ryan Reynolds, is an NPC who becomes aware of his world being a video game and takes steps to make himself the hero, creating a race against time to save the game before the developers can shut it down. Co-starring Taika Waititi and Joe Keery, who plays Steve Harrington on Stranger Things. Very good. It looks very funny from what I saw in the trailer.
Note, popular YouTuber Jacksepticeye will be voicing Qbert.
Oh, there you go. Very nice. Very nice. But, I saw the both trailers for that, and they also had a trailer for the trailer where they were saying how, well, we don't really know when it's going to be released, so they just kept putting out bogus release dates, and then finally Ryan Reynolds was like, okay, I think that covers us for the next 50 years.
They're like soon after your brother's bar mitzvah.
Yes.
all these random times.
It was great because they don't know exactly when it's coming out due to the pandemic, but it's pretty funny. But anyway, it looks hilarious. It looks like a lot of fun. So official trailer for the Shudder exclusive documentary Leap of Faith. William Friedkin on The Exorcist. A lyrical and spiritual cinematic essay on The Exorcist, the documentary explores the uncharted depths of Friedkin's mind's eye, the nuances of his filmmaking process, and the mysteries of faith and fate that helped shape his life and filmography. Directed by Alexander O. Philippe, whose previous docs include 7852, Hitchcock's shower scene and Memory, and Memory, The Origins of Alien. Very cool. We also got the first teaser trailer for the second season of the Netflix original series Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, coming in 2021. I didn't even know the first season had come out yet. But okay, cool. I've heard it's quite good. It's fun. Official trailer for the Paramount Plus original series Stephen King's The Stand, premiering December 17th. So the new adaptation of The Stand. After the world is in ruins due to a man-made plague, a battle of biblical proportions ensues between the survivors.
Stoudman, did you see the trailer for this?
What?
The new Stand series. Did you see the trailer for it?
No, I saw pictures of the trailer, though. I was like,
Pictures of the trailer. Wow.
I still need to see the trailer.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
That's as
These are
lazy as it gets.
Stand experts.
I think I did see, like, 30... I do kind of remember seeing some moments with, like, Whoopi Goldberg as Mother Abigail. Not just in pictures, but her as Mother Abigail. And I was like, well, it's not bad. It's just different.
Okay.
It doesn't have the same kind of feel to it. And I'm like, is this going to be one of those weird cases where I'm like,
different adaptation,
I don't hate it, but I still prefer the original? It's what I think is going to happen.
Well, we've been getting some pretty good re-adaptations of Stephen King stuff lately. I mean, look at It.
Yeah.
Like, It was fantastic. And,
oh, hell yeah.
You know, so, I don't know. I still haven't seen the original.
I still see part 2.
I haven't seen the original of The Stand. That's when I've
only seen the first part. I still haven't seen
You haven't seen the original?
Nope. I bring this up every time the subject of The Stand comes up. But,
and I keep saying, you haven't? What?
Yeah, I should probably get the brilliantly remastered version that came out on Blu-ray recently.
Brilliant. It's dropped in price so fucking much.
Really?
It goes on sale for like $10 pretty much.
Really?
So, yeah.
Let's see if that is the case in Canada.
I'm sure in Canada it's going to be like 15 or 20 on sale, but
50.
It's Canadian.
Yeah. $40,
Let me take
It's
that.
Monopoly.
I'm going to look right now. I'm going to look right now.
Your Canadian rubles.
The Stand. 21.36.
Yeehaw.
For the Blu-ray. Brilliantly restored. Brilliantly.
That's a bold claim right
It's
there.
a nice cover, though, with the raven on the skull and the sort of cracked pavement with lava under it. I like that. Anyway. Moving on. Official trailer for the action comedy Fat Man. To save his declining business, Santa Claus is forced into a partnership with the military.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? But a devious 12-year-old hires a hitman to kill the jolly old elf after getting a lump of coal in his stocking. Starring Mel Gibson as St. Nicholas himself. Interesting.
Oh, Lord.
That sounds
I was
crazy.
on the internet, on Twitter, when this trailer finally hit the internet.
Uh-huh.
And there are so many people who, for the right reasons, despise Mel Gibson because he's been such a terrible person to people in his life and all that shit. But at the same time, it's just like, I get it, I understand. You wouldn't want to watch it. You would be have a bias against it for that reason. I understand. Mm-hmm. But the concept behind the movie isn't bad. It
sounds like a funny concept.
It's very 80s, actually.
Yeah, it does. It sounds kind of ridiculous in not bad ways. But, I don't know.
But I don't know. I do kind of prefer... I still prefer my Christmas Chronicles Santa Claus. Thank you very much.
Oh, Christmas Chronicles is so good.
Christmas Chronicles.
Actually, that was the movie I was trying to think of what other movie did I see a really weird casting for Santa Claus, but it ended up working really well?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is Santa Claus.
Really?
So good.
Okay.
If you watch a Christmas Chronicles trailer, it'll put you off because it looks like a really cheap, dumb comedy.
Okay.
Then you watch Christmas Chronicles and you're like, I fucking love this movie. What the fuck?
I love his elves. Oh my god.
Okay. Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell.
It's a holiday tradition now with me.
They're like holiday
on
onions.
Netflix.
I fucking love it.
Okay. Might have to check that one out because I do love me with some Kurt Russell.
There's a sequel coming, too. It's great.
There you go. All right.
Wait to see who plays Miss Claus.
We also got the official trailer for the Showtime documentary Belushi, premiering November 22nd. Using previously unheard audio tapes recorded shortly after John Belushi's death, Director R.J. Cutler's documentary examines the too short life of once-in-a-generation talent who captured the hearts and funny bones of devoted audiences. Interesting. Official trailer for the thriller Triggered. 9 friends, all harboring a dark secret, go camping in the woods. After a wild night of partying, they wake up with suicide bombs strapped to their chests, all with varying times on their countdown clocks. They decide to work out how to disarm the bombs or find help until they discover they can take one another's time by killing each other. Oh, this is interesting. Sounds kind of a Saw type of scenario.
It's like, okay, but how do they find that out? Who's the first asshole to be like, "Fuck you"? And then
I'm guessing one. Well, hold on. I'm guessing one of them dies, or is accidentally killed by one of them, and then they get time added to their clock. It's like, wait a minute, So, yeah, I could see that being a. I could see that being a fun one.
Triggered burp.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just don't really care for the fact that it's titled Triggered, which is a far overused and venomously, toxically used term these days. But I like the sound of the concept. It sounds like an interesting concept. Could be fun.
It's used to belittle people when it's an actual real thing that some people have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
there are
used
things that actually do trigger me.
That's why I say
that reaction to. So.
Yeah, that's why I say it is used toxically. And I don't like that.
Exactly.
No, sir, I don't like it. Official trailer for
appreciate it.
Official trailer for the fantasy film The Show. A man's search for a stolen artifact leads him to the haunted town. Leads him to a haunted town filled with voodoo gangsters, masked adventurers, Depression-era private eyes, and violent chiaroscuro women. I don't know what that term means.
Chiaroscuro.
Okay, I don't know what that term means.
It's literally just black and white.
It means painting with
painting with just solid black and solid white.
Oh, just the extreme contrast, no grays, just black and white.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's like noir without gray.
I didn't know. Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I know. I did. I watched the trailer for this one too. Co-starring and written by comic book legend Alan Moore. Yeah.
Oh, it's right.
That one. Yeah. This one looks batshit insane in wonderful ways.
Weird.
Yes, I definitely want to check that out. It looks cool. It looks very cool. Official trailer for the
out there.
What?
There's a bit of my art degree walking out there on.
Oh yes, I didn't know that was the term for that. I just say black and white, but yeah, that's cool. I like that style. I've seen some video games done in that style actually, and films.
Yeah,
actually, there was what was it?
Mad World and Limbo are two known.
Limbo.
Yes. Well, also there was a film Renaissance or something with Daniel Craig.
Very similar to that. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, it's like
Renaissance.
Yeah.
It's a French sci-fi cyberpunk film.
Kind of a cyberpunk. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm familiar with it.
It's pretty good. I liked it. I got it in a
cover. I hate it.
Don't fuck the cover. But
it keeps putting me off from watching the movie.
The movie is good. It's interesting.
It's so ugly.
It's different. I got it.
I have to put you on the shelf then.
I got it in a double feature with Equilibrium.
Oh, that's a good combo. I have Equilibrium standalone.
I think I think it was a case where I thought I didn't have Equilibrium, so I bought the double feature because it had another movie with it and it was cheaper. And I got it home and realized, I actually do have Equilibrium. Oh, well, I got this other cool movie I've never heard of, so...
Yeah, the standalone release is probably going for a bit of money, I think.
Yeah.
Of Equilibrium. I think it's the only release it's gotten is that Blu-ray.
I don't know. But I've got both of them. But, yeah. So anyway. Official trailer for the French horror film La Nuée, The Swarm. To save her farm... To save her farm from bankruptcy, a single mother begins a business of breeding edible grasshoppers. Soon she develops a strange, obsessive relationship with them. Weird. Okay.
Right? It looks cool, though. I'm
Willard,
like, okay.
then, eh? So we're going Willard, eh?
Yeah, kind of like Willard.
Official trailer for the thriller, The 355. When a top-secret weapon falls into mercenary hands, a wildcard CIA agent joins forces with 3 international agents on a lethal mission to retrieve it, while staying a step ahead of a mysterious woman who's tracking their every move. starring the likes of Jessica Chastain, Penelope Cruz, and Lupita Nyong'o. Very cool. Official trailer for the drama Black Bear. A filmmaker at a creative impasse seeks solace from her tumultuous past at a rural retreat, only to find that the woods summon her inner demons in intense, surprising ways. Oh, like Silent Hill. Okay. Starring Aubrey Plaza in the leading role. Very nice.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Really cool.
Aubrey
Plaza is legitimately good in everything she does.
I was just
You just told me that it's a horror film in the woods. I'm sold. Let's go.
I was just going to say Aubrey Plaza in a Silent Hill-esque horror film in the woods. Sure, I'm sold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Right. See, we like minds thinking alike.
I love Aubrey Plaza. I love Silent Hill. I love horror movies in the woods. So there you go. It's triple whammy. Official teaser trailer for the Netflix original film Mank, premiering December 4th. The picture follows screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz's tumultuous development of Orson Welles' iconic 1941 masterpiece, Citizen Kane, directed by David Fincher and starring Gary Oldman in the lead role. Well, damn.
It looked really good, actually.
Another triple sold there. Something about Citizen Kane, David Fincher, and Gary Oldman. So there you go. Very cool. Official and final trailer of the week. We got the official teaser trailer for the Prime Video animated series Invincible, coming in 2021. Based on the comic series by Robert Kirkman, Mark Grayson is a normal teenager, except for the fact that his father is the most powerful superhero on the planet. Shortly after his 17th birthday, Mark begins to develop powers of his own and enters into his father's tutelage. Very cool.
This looks so fucking good.
Okay.
It looks like the comic book in motion. I mean, I read like the first 50 issues of the comic. So good. Robert Kirkman is an amazing writer. So like, oh my god, I cannot wait to watch this stuff in motion. It's a big stand-up of like the heroic tropes at the time. It's a little bit dated in some of those references now, but the culture is like, there's so much new things in the culture. They could actually say some interesting new things.
Yeah.
With some additional stories, you know.
I mean, we've seen how he changes things from his comics to this television stuff.
Yeah, they often like expand it or explore new territory.
Oh, God, but seeing Omni-Man in motion.
Okay.
Oh.
So, I'm not going to read this whole thing because there is a little spoiler in here for Avengers Endgame, which for the 3 or 4 of us who still haven't seen it, I won't read it out for you. So I'll just read the first part. The MCU's third Spider-Man film just got a little bit bigger as Benedict Cumberbatch has joined the cast, reprising his role as the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. Very cool.
Cool.
Speaking of Marvel, during a recent interview, actor Natalie Portman let slip some intimate details about her role in Thor: Love and Thunder. Says, "I can't tell you that much. I'm really excited. I'm starting to train, to get muscles. If there can be all these female superheroes, the more of them there are, the better it is. I'm trying to think. It's based on the graphic novel of The Mighty Thor. She's going through cancer treatment and is a superhero on the side." Okay, cool. So, which is essentially what we all kind of thought was going on there. Anyway, HBO Max has greenlit a series order of an animated adaptation of the comic Lumberjanes. Oh, I know this one. Rosie used to. Rosie used to read that. It's actually really good.
It's great.
The story follows a group of girls spending summer at a scout camp and the strange creatures and supernatural phenomena they encounter there. The program is to be written and executive produced by comic co-creator Noelle Stevenson, who previously helmed the acclaimed Netflix series She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Very nice. Well, that's a definite must. I'll check that out for sure. On the topic of HBO Max, the streaming service has also given the go-ahead for the live-action Green Lantern. The show will depict the adventures of a multitude of lanterns, including Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, and Alan Scott, Earth's first Green Lantern, who, true to the comics, is a gay man, and many more. The series will also include fan favorites such as Sinestro and Kilowog, and will also introduce new heroes to the ranks of the Green Lantern Corps. The program has been ordered for 10 one-hour episodes and will be co-written and executive produced by Seth Graham-Smith and Mark Guggenheim, with Graham-Smith serving as showrunner. Graham Smith is both a screenwriter and novelist, previously writing on the likes of the Lego Batman movie and 2012's Dark Shadows, and the author of the books Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Well, that's definitely some credentials
what about Hal
there.
Jordan?
Who cares about Hal Jordan?
He's the greatest Green Lantern ever. Like, literally, canonically.
Uh-huh.
In storyline.
Yeah.
He's the greatest.
And we've had stuff
Why
about
isn't
him.
he there?
Why not give some other lanterns a chance in
Ryan
the spotlight?
Reynolds
Come on.
count. Ryan Reynolds, who doesn't count.
What about what's his face?
All those people could still be in there. What the fuck is?
What the fuck is his name?
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. Yes. How about Jon Stewart?
Him too.
Jon Stewart.
Oh, both of them. Why aren't they both in there?
Well, how do we know they aren't? We don't know. Maybe they are. Jesus fucking Christ.
The cat list.
There is so many lanterns. Let's give some of the others a chance in the spotlight, okay?
No!
Like, Jesus Christ. You're missing the point here. Live action Green Lantern series. Be excited.
I can't. There's no Hal Jordan. He's the only one I care about.
Fuck Hal Jordan. He was a corrupt, horrible person who almost destroyed the universe. Anyway.
Screw Ron Mars for fucking that up, alright? I'll never forgive him. I'm sure he's a nice
canon.
person.
It's official canon forever.
It is, unfortunately.
Never
yeah.
to be retconned ever.
Also, the gay thing for Alan Scott's like a newer take on the character. It was like Earth 2, I think. But
that's fine.
I'm cool with that version
Good.
being the one they choose.
Get some inclusivity in there, you know? It's about time.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's a problem with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I mean, true to the comics, I guess, in a way, yes.
Let's see. Speaking of Netflix, which we weren't, but we will now. Netflix has announced a brand new original Godzilla anime series. This is another one, a new one, set to premiere in 2021. The series, titled Godzilla Singular Point, will combine hand-drawn and CG animation styles and will not be related to Netflix's Godzilla anime trilogy, but other details, including voice cast and a specific release date, are under wraps. Raptor's reaction, yay! Furthermore, we've got an Ultraman anime series and Godzilla anime series. Can we get a Gamera anime series, please?
Please.
Maybe.
No. Never happened.
And Monster Planet are technically 3 OVAs, so it's not really a series. Just, you know,
well, it's
like
a
like
mini series, you know, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, but
Yeah.
I actually didn't like Monster Planet all that much, so I'm excited for this.
I've heard that from a lot of people, actually. I have not watched it, so I have no opinion whatsoever. But
like, I'm a hardcore Godzilla fan, but I like some
really?
alternate.
I didn't know that.
But like, you know, this one was not not something that was like I don't know, something about it.
All right.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't Godzilla. I don't know, missing something.
Yeah, okay. The cast for the rebooted Resident Evil film has been announced, and among them are Robbie Amell, cousin to Arrow's Stephen Amell, as Chris Redfield. Oh, that's an interesting choice. I can actually see that, yeah. Writer-director Johan Roberts confirmed that they have conceived an official origin story adaptation which faithfully ties to Capcom's classic survival horror games. The story is set in 1998 on a fateful night in Raccoon City. Interesting. We're also getting a Resident Evil animated series or something like a CG series, I think. So there's a lot of new Resident Evil stuff coming our way.
I've never seen the CGI movies, but I'm not a big fan of the movie live action ones.
They're not connected to the live action ones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying I have not seen the. I'm just saying like of the various. I'm like interested in this new one.
Yes.
I didn't like the original.
Yeah, if there's any of the CGI ones to watch, it'd be Degeneration.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna watch probably whatever CGI animated ones I can find.
I've heard that they're pretty good. I only have one of them. I need the other two, I think.
What's interesting, actually, about Degeneration is they actually use a high-res model of the Leon S. Kennedy character from Resident Evil 4.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
So, there you go.
So it very much feels like the game. All right. Next up, actress Allison Williams is reuniting with Blumhouse for the upcoming tech horror thriller Megan. That's M3GAN. In which she'll star and executive produce. Horror fans may remember her as girlfriend Rose from Jordan Peele's debut film Get Out. In the film, Williams plays Gemma, a brilliant roboticist at a toy company. She uses artificial intelligence to develop Megan, a lifelike doll programmed to be a kid's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. After unexpectedly gaining custody of her orphaned niece, Gemma enlists the help of the Megan prototype, a decision that has unimaginable consequences. James Wan is on board as producer. Ooh, okay, I like this.
There's gonna be another fucking like Chucky wannabe. It's
Cool.
Gonna be guaranteed.
Good. I'm down. AI gone mad. Perfect. I like that sort of little subgenre. Tom DeLonge, former frontman of punk rock band Blink-182, is to make his directorial debut with a coming-of-age sci-fi feature film, Monsters of California. The picture is a coming-of-age adventure with a science fiction twist that follows teenager Dallas Edwards and his derelict friends on a quest for the meaning behind a series of mysterious paranormal events in Southern California. The truths they uncover begin to unravel extraordinary secrets held tightly within the deepest levels of the government. Some of the cast attached are veteran actor Richard Kind and Johnny Rico himself, Casper Van Dien. Awesome.
You know, it strikes me, I think that's the guy who wrote the song in Blink-182 literally about aliens.
Well, there you go.
So it makes sense.
Maybe that song will be in the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
During a Star Trek panel during New York Comic-Con, Nickelodeon and CBS announced that Kate Mulgrew will reprise her Star Trek Voyager role as Captain Catherine Janeway in Nickelodeon's all-new animated series, Star Trek Prodigy. The show, set for 2021, follows a group of lawless teens who discover a derelict Starfleet ship and use it to search for adventure, meaning, and salvation. Nice. Janeway coming back. Finally.
I like her. She's one of my favorite captains.
Yeah, I like her too. I like the actress generally. I like her in pretty much everything.
It's awesome. Everyone craps on like that last season Voyager, but like, come on.
She was great in Orange Is the New Black as the
oh my god,
as the
right?
cook,
Red,
as the chef.
such a great character.
Yeah.
One of the few characters I remember the name of. Red.
She was great.
Yes,
Just
sir.
take no shit. Let's see. And finally, or no, not finally. Never mind. Last year, it was announced that the Kyoto brothers would be adapting their book, Alien Xmas, into a 40-minute stop-motion special. Well, that special is now complete and will stream on Netflix beginning on November 22nd. The special...
Oh, Justin. You know what we're watching.
The special pays...
Yeah, well, you're going to have to watch
Can I finish
Halloween
reading?
first.
The special pays respects to stop-motion classics like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman, and begins when a race of kleptomaniac aliens attempts to steal Earth's gravity to more easily take everything on the planet. Only the gift-giving spirit of Christmas and a small alien named X can save the world. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sadly, this is some news I know will upset everybody. Sadly, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Netflix has reversed their decision, and Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, will not be renewed for a fourth and final season.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, why not just postpone it? Why do you have to outright cancel it? Like,
right?
Well. But some good news. Some good news. In streaming news, Netflix's The Haunting of Bly Manor premiered this week. That's the sequel to The Haunting.
That's what we're going to
Hill
watch.
House.
Yes.
The Haunting of Hill House.
The Haunting of Hill House, yeah. Which is, what The Haunting is.
Yes.
And the Disney Pixar film Soul will stream directly to Disney Plus beginning on December 25th without any additional charge to subscribers. Oh, what a concept. Disney not ripping off its subscribers for a change? Thank you.
You know, the real piss off about that was that it was fucking Mulan, and that movie was apparently really fucking bad. So it's like, you're gonna make people pay $30 fucking on top of their subscription fee to see this terrible fucking movie.
Yeah, I need to address the pop-up that just appeared on the window here. So, From Major Motoko, sent me The Uncertain, Light at the End. Some of you may remember I played an indie sci-fi game about a robot in a post-apocalyptic world, and there weren't a lot of humans left alive.
Right. That game was awesome.
Called The Uncertain many, many years ago. Well, they've been developing the sequel, or the second episode, I guess, ever since, and it finally came out. It was finally finished. I've been dying to find out what happens next.
Play it again because I don't remember a goddamn thing.
And Major Motoko just sent me the sequel. Thank you so much, Major Motoko. That's awesome. He says, be immersed in a story-driven adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic world and take on the unitology in search of the marker. Oh, wait a minute. There's more here. Oh, Dead Space 3 Awakened. Okay, so that's the DLC for Dead Space 3. So I now have Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 on PC. Thank you very much.
The comment was for that one. I was confused. Like, what? The marker?
I know.
I was like, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I never actually played Awakened. I played Dead Space 3, but I never actually played the DLC level. So thank you very much, Major Motoko. Really appreciate
we never did the
that.
Multiplayer still.
Yes. Hopefully we can do that still. It's so old. I don't even know if it even supports multiplayer anymore. But
yeah, probably doesn't, right?
Yeah, which is annoying. Anyway, that's awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that. And let's do the obituaries here before we get into the video game news. Seems to work a little better that way. Then we end on happiness instead of sadness.
Yes.
In memoriam, we lost Johnny Nash, American singer-songwriter with a 64-year career between 1956 and 2020. Best known in the United States for his 1972 hit, I Can See Clearly Now. Yes, of course. Primarily a reggae and pop singer, he was one of the first non-Jamaican artists to record reggae music in Kingston. Nash also sang the theme song to the syndicated animated cartoon series The Mighty Hercules. I didn't know that was the same guy. I used to watch The Mighty Hercules all the time when I was a kid, which ran on various television series from 1963 and 1966. It was also in syndicated repeats for a long time. Johnny made it to the ripe old age of 80. We lost Thomas Jefferson Bird, African-American character actor with a 28-year career between 1992 and 2020. Bird played in several of director Spike Lee's films, such as 1995's Clockers, 2000's Bamboozled, 2012's Red Hook Summer, and many others. We also lost Bob Gibson, American professional baseball pitcher who played 17 seasons in Major League Baseball for the St. Louis Cardinals. Gibson tallied 251 wins, 3,117 strikeouts, and 2.91 earned run average during his career. A 9-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champion, he won 2 Cy Young Awards and the 1968 National League Most Valuable Player Award, MVP. Known for a fiercely competitive nature and for intimidating opposing batters, he was elected in 1981 to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. The Cardinals retired his uniform number 45 in September 1975 and inducted him into the Team Hall of Fame in 2014. Bob made it to the ripe old age of 84. We also lost Murray Shizgel, Jewish-American playwright and screenwriter whose most known claim to fame is being the co-screenwriter of the 1982 Oscar-nominated classic Tootsie. What a great film that is, too. Murray made it to the ripe old age of 93. Clark Middleton, American character actor with a nearly 40-year career between 1983 and 2020. Best known for roles in 2004's Kill Bill Volume 2, 2005's Sin City, the 2017 sequel series Twin Peaks, and many others. Yeah, I loved his character in Twin Peaks: The Return. He was such a funny character in that. Such a shame that we've lost him already. So sad. But we also lost Whitey Ford, American professional baseball pitcher who played his entire 16-year Major League Baseball career with the New York Yankees. Nicknamed the chairman of the board, he was a 10-time All-Star and 6-time World Series champion. Ford was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1974. Whitey made it to the ripe age of 91. We lost William Bernstein, co-founder of the motion picture studio Orion Pictures. The studio was responsible for the likes of the original Terminator, RoboCop, Dances with Wolves, Platoon, and many other classic films. It was Bernstein who came up with the name of the studio. He once told the New York Times, "Orion is the largest constellation. It has 5 stars just like us," referencing himself and the other founders. William made it to the ripe old age of 87. We also lost Jay Johnstone, American professional baseball outfielder and television sports announcer who played in Major League Baseball for 8 teams between 1965 to 1985, such as the California Angels, Chicago White Sox, Oakland Athletics, or the Oakland A's, and others. Johnstone was a member of 2 World Series championship teams with the Yankees in 1978 and the Dodgers in 1981. He was a versatile outfielder, known for having a good sense of humor, keeping clubhouses loose with pranks and gimmicks. We also lost Gene Corman, American film producer and agent with a 43-year career between 1958 to 2001. Corman helped produce nearly 30 films during his career and was the younger brother of the king of the B-movies, Roger Corman. Gene made it to the ripe old age of 93. And finally, I know this one shook everybody. We lost Eddie Van Halen this week.
Yeah.
Legendary musician, songwriter, producer, and inventor with a 43-year career between 1972 and 2015. He was the main songwriter and lead guitarist of the iconic rock band Van Halen, which he co-founded in 1972 with his brother, drummer Alex Van Halen, bassist Mark Stone, and singer David Lee Roth. He was well known for popularizing the tapping guitar solo technique, allowing rapid arpeggios to be played with 2 hands on the fretboard, and is considered one of the single greatest guitarists in music history. The group produced such hits as Jump, Running with the Devil, Panama, and Eddie was responsible for the guitar riff in the Michael Jackson single Beat It. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2007. And that is it for the news from our New York news hound, Raptor Rivera. So thank you very much, Raptor, as always, for your diligence and efforts. And now for video game news, we turn the table to Eric Von Garbage Gamer. What's on the screen this week?
Got a little Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters.
Classic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what games ever.
Yeah, look at that. While you're doing the video game news, I'm going to get some chicken, because I'm really hungry, so I'm going to have some chicken.
I have to go to the bathroom. I don't that, so.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Does he want me to wait, or does he...
No, he wants to continue, I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, so video game news this week, a little bit from last week, because I wasn't around. So I'm kind of just melding them together. For not already aware, if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber this month, Need for Speed Payback and Vampire is free.
Vampire's a Y, Vampire, or whatever it's called.
Vampire.
I don't know how it's said. But yeah,
it's a vampire.
The game looks good, yeah.
I think I got it in some other bundle recently.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't already gone onto the
Got my bone bowl for the bones.
Bone Bowl.
A thing of
So yeah,
chicken.
make sure to pick up Need for Speed Payback and Vampire on the PlayStation Network.
I got Vampire.
Oh, yeah, I grabbed that. I grabbed that one. Vampire. Looks like a good one. Might play that this Halloween, too.
Yeah.
Next thing here, there was, I think it was last week,
What the fuck?
there was an official new announcement of a new fighter coming to the Smash Brothers Ultimate roster. Minecraft Steve.
What? Okay.
It's an odd addition.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people's
Okay, then.
Why not?
Good old Steve. So you can punch Steve's face in repeatedly.
Yeah.
I assume that some of his moves include throwing blocks at people.
When's the
Yeah.
Fortnite person gonna be added, huh?
Yeah, now that we're not sure. But yeah, it is official. There was a whole trailer for it. Yeah, Minecraft Steve is
Minecraft Steve. All right.
the new Smash, one of the new DLC Smash fighters.
Do you have Mortal Kombat on the news?
Do I?
Yeah.
I can add it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah, actually, I'll just mention it right now. Yeah, we got the a new trailer for a new character adding to the Mortal Kombat X roster, and it just happens to be John Rambo.
Nice.
I was like, really? Okay.
It's a really weird trailer because it has like I think it's Sonya and Baraka. I mean, it's Sonya and Baraka that are fighting against each other, and then it just kind of comes out, and he just literally like walks on screen.
Yeah.
And they're like, who the hell are you? And he just goes in the worst accent I've ever heard.
Jonesy for Smash, yeah.
It's like that. They're just like, he just goes, I'm your worst fucking nightmare, and he wraps bolts around his arm and just starts laying into him with a minigun.
Should be,
and it's like
maybe Peely. Sorry, Michelle was just asking, who's Steve? Steve is, for those who don't know, Steve is the main character in Minecraft. He's the default character that you play as, the square-headed dude with the brunette hair and the blue shirt.
Yeah, in the blue shirt, you see all the marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just Google Minecraft Steve.
That's Steve.
That's Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was announced actually this week for the new Mortal Kombat 2 Ultimate Edition or whatever it is. We're getting a little.
It's not even have Terminator versus Rambo.
Yeah, we could literally have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And RoboCop, actually voiced by Peter Weller. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have John Rambo fight Predator, actually.
Oh, that's true. That would actually be a nice
That'd be good. I could see that, yeah.
Lost my thought.
So, anyway, though.
Rambo versus Predator?
It was so again, put this character in, but now I just completely lost it.
Oh.
Damn you, brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also added Melina and Rain to the Mortal Kombat 11 DLC, but those are already existing Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah.
These are just, they're adding them back. Rambo is the new addition. Never before seen.
God, what was I going to say? Motherfucker.
But adding on to this bit of news I have down here that Nvidia has delayed the RTX 3070 graphics card launch to October 29th.
Oh.
Originally scheduled for the middle of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And to add on to that, they've been kind of been just admitting defeat at this point.
Really? In what way?
Well, pretty much at this point, when it comes to the RTX 3080 and the 3090s that are already available, they have, because they just can't keep a handle on the scalpers and
stop buying
and stuff like that, is they can't make cards fast enough and get PCBs out for third party as well, that they've literally just admitted defeat, and they are stopping sell and production of the Founders Editions.
That's great, yeah.
You can't buy the Founder, after a certain point you won't be able to buy a Founders Edition off Nvidia's website.
So there you go. Congratulations, Scalper. You successfully ruined it for literally everybody.
You just played yourself.
You literally just broke the whole goddamn system because of your fucking greed.
Yep. And but a bit of the horizon, like I said, we're still getting the partner cards from like MSI and Gigabyte and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of MSI, they had some splaining to do, as apparently one of their partnered eBay sellers, the ones that usually sell like overstock or used items on behalf of MSI.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to MSI, he had gotten access to some stock of RTX 3080s and 3090s, and were selling them at massive markup on behalf of MSI. MSI got in a hot shit real quick.
Good.
Pretty much they were just going, what the fuck, MSI? Pretty much they were saying you were gouging the market. You were purposefully buying out your own stock and reselling them as an eBay seller at really, really high mark.
That's ridiculous.
So...
Oh, wait, he was buying his own stock and then reselling them under a different account?
That was the original thought, that a employee or someone at MSI was buying them and then pretty much acting like a normal eBay seller, but it turns out, like I said, the MSI explained this. Apparently, they're not claiming fault because this is a partner of theirs that they had no control over. It wasn't MSI directly.
Yeah,
it was an MSI reseller.
Yeah,
and also this reseller was apparently not even allowed to have these products in the first place, so they're not entirely sure where this person got them from.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting. Yeah.
Reminds me of the whole McDonald's Monopoly game thing, where somebody who was working with McDonald's in the Monopoly game.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole documentary
actually had
about that.
like control over the whole thing. And,
yeah,
like
it's
he
like
would find the fucking boardwalk and make sure that like nobody could get it, and like game the system that way, and then try to sell.
There's a whole documentary about that on Netflix, isn't there?
Yeah. Free Big Mac.
What?
I won a free Big Mac once.
There you go.
That's as far as I got with it.
I won some free ice cream once.
You always get like the free small fries.
The free ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Or like
free medium drink. Yeah,
free medium drink or small fries or an ice cream or something like that.
Score.
I mean, stuff you can legitimately use if you're hungry.
Baltic Avenue.
But like I said, the biggest one I ever won was a Big Mac.
Nice.
I consider that a score. But oh yeah, I actually haven't. This is the news I wrote for last week, and so wasn't. Yeah, because I have Phasmophobia on here.
Yay!
Yeah.
That says been watching people play this, and oh my god, it's pure jank. Is the way. I actually saw chicken fly out of your mouth. When you
Sorry.
Me too.
I don't know where it went.
John's sneezes are just the most epic I've ever seen from anyone ever.
I'll find it later. I must eat more chicken.
He doesn't just sneeze. He fucking
Living in the chat says, "I really like
yells.
Monopoly. You actually win food."
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my kind of
he
prize.
yells so loud when he sneezes that I swear one of these days his lungs are literally going to expel from his mouth.
But yeah, like I said, Phasmophobia. I've been watching people play this game. Like I said, and oh my god, it's pure jank.
Jank? I don't know what you mean by that.
Janky, messed up, broken, glitchy. It is. That's why a lot of people are playing it. I would say that.
Even better.
So we're gonna have fun with that because it's just like
it seems like it has a similar kind of thing to Half Dead in that.
Hey guys, the ghost is stuck in the door.
Kind of broken too.
Which is funny because it's a ghost.
And it's just like the animations are pretty basic on it, and just like the models, from what I understand, the camera is attached to the head of the character model. Okay. So when you're looking at it in third person or like from another perspective as another player, and the player looks straight down, like the entire torso just goes like.
He snapped in half.
And it's just like you can look straight up and the character bends the opposite direction, like lays 90 degrees looking straight up.
Excellent. I look forward to that then.
Tilt the head, tilts the entire torso.
Excellent. That sounds great. We're gonna have fun with that.
But yeah, let's see. I mean, a bunch of people are talking in the chat. I guess I'll mention it. Star Wars Squadrons came out.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Just kidding.
Moving on.
Just kidding. What's a Star Wars?
And answer tons, like several people in the chat, as in like two.
All two of them.
All two of them in the chat are wondering, yes, I do own Star Wars Squadrons. Yes, I have played it in VR. And yes, I've even played it with a joystick.
Wow. And?
Yes, and pure yes.
How jank is it?
It is not jank at all.
There you go.
It is the most realistic. It's a flight sim game that's Star Wars themed. Like I said, day one out of the box, it supports full what are called HOTAS setups. And HOTAS is hands-on throttle and stick. It's pretty much what like a jet fighter is normally.
Okay.
So you got the joystick, you got like a move throttle, you move forward and back. It's got a bunch of buttons.
Just quickly, no, Michelle, it is not KFC. This is actually some fried chicken from the local supermarket. it was cheap, so I got a pile of it. And it's yummy.
But yeah, it's a full-on. So like you have to manage your energy levels, you have to manage your shield, power management system. So there's a whole, and you could play it as simple or as as difficult as you want.
Like simmy as you want. Yeah.
Yeah, sim or simple and stuff like that. I kind of be in the middle because I have a joystick with a lot of buttons, something so I can like do the power management on one side, and it actually has. This is the Thrustmaster T16000M. I've had this for a while, so I'm gonna pick up. But it actually has a little throttle thing.
Okay.
So I can actually like very subtly speed up, slow down.
That's cool.
On it, and it glows when I move the joystick.
Ooh. Lights up.
This is. I was actually kind of surprised when Microsoft Flight Simulator got released, and they were sending like HOTAS setups to. Excuse me. HOTAS setup to reviewers to check out the game. They were sending them this joystick.
Oh.
Like this is the Microsoft approved for realism for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Yes, realism with the full trigger joystick.
Yeah.
Because it is actually a very modular system, and you can buy the separate like throttle, making it a HOTAS. What I originally bought these for, ironically, was I actually have another one here, so I have two of these. It was for the it's called the Duo Stick setup. I actually bought them together.
Oh, nice.
And so you could play. I was doing it to play arcade games like Virtual On.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Like that, where you need the two joysticks.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's other games like Mech Warrior and stuff like that. You get the dual joystick.
Tank control.
The tank controls, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Remember that.
that's
First time I ever experienced controls like that was the original arcade game of Battlezone, which was very cool. I like that.
But,
which one's Battle?
That's the vector game.
It's all vector. Vector graphics.
Oh, okay.
Black and green vector graphic game,
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from that. Last but certainly not least, PlayStation has officially announced the percentage of backwards compatibility available on the new PlayStation 5, and the 10 games, only 10, that will not be playable on the PlayStation 5 because of they didn't explain why. But here are the 10 games. Like everything they said, mileage may vary on some of these. They're going to put the huge warning out up front.
So now these are PS4 games, right?
These are PS4 titles that just for whatever reason will not work on the PS5.
But all the others will or should.
Yeah, all the other ones will. It's either they will have either graphical improvements. They might play exactly the same as a PS4 Pro.
Right.
Or they said, or you might find some weirdness in a couple of the games. They say that's why they put big emphasis. Your mileage may vary on some of the more obscure titles.
So try it and see how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. But these are the ones they guarantee, and they're surprised that they got it down to only 10.
So now, just to clarify, this is you just pop your PS4 disc into the PS5 and go.
Oh my god!
And
let him go.
Yes.
What? This is important information, you fuck. As opposed to the PS4, where all the backwards compatible stuff is digital, and you have to buy it again. That's the point.
Yeah, PS3, PS2, and PS1, as far as I know, are still it's on the store. You just buy it again. They did say also, actually, that and they did confirm that when you buy a PS5 and you log into your account, all of your available games should just be available.
Nice.
So, anyway.
Well, okay then.
So the 10 games are, and I've actually only heard of like 4 of these.
What the fuck?
Balm.
What?
A typo that was instantly made into a command.
Oh my god, I don't remember this at all.
You may not have been there for that one.
Amazing, sorry.
So the 10 games are...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeez, get on with it, man.
The first one is DWVR. Never even fucking heard of it.
What?
Yeah. Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma, Volume 1.
Huh.
TT Isle of Man, Riding on the Edge 2. Just Deal With It. Gotta find that.
Just deal with it. It's not compatible.
Shadow Complex Remastered. Robinson: The Journey.
Okay.
We Sing. Oh darn.
Wow.
Hitman Go Definitive Edition. That really shitty like top-down game.
Oh god.
Yeah. Shaden. SHADWEN. No, whatever.
I don't know.
And Joe's Diner.
Wow.
Well, I am just so pissed off that you can't play those games.
No Joe's Diner? God damn it.
No Shaden? And what about We Sing? Fuck's sake.
I want to sing. So basically, mostly just little indie games that nobody gives a shit about anyway.
Pretty much. So yeah, if you have a large PS4 collection on disc, you are golden on the PS5.
All right, good.
And that is all the gaming news that I feel like talking about.
Excellent.
I know there's more, but fuck it.
That's the important shit. All the news that's fit to geek.
My Sims 4. No.
Oh god. I loved my Sims.
Your Sims 4 should be fine.
Yeah, your
But
Sims
we don't need more of it.
is good. Yeah, your
One time
Sims
was
4.
good.
Yeah, Sims are good to go. I know, you don't
But
want
when
to
are
miss
they
out
going
on
to
that.
come out with Sims 5?
So basically, that's actually pretty good. So really, all the games you care about should work.
Yeah, they should. I mean, if they're at least somewhat popular,
Like
and just
studio games.
studio-based games,
Yeah.
and even obscure ones that got physical releases, yeah, you should be good. And I'm
Shadow
actually kinda
Complex
curious.
is fucking awesome.
Just
okay,
do it!
What?
Make your dreams come true!
Try to have some context, Jail. Don't just hit random buttons.
But he loves annoying you.
I
That's the
know,
whole
but it's
fucking
like,
point.
we are doing it. We're in the middle of doing it. I think you wanted to do that like literally 10 minutes ago.
Oh, he's saying Sims 5, yeah. When are we going to get Sims 5? Yes.
You know when you'll get Sims 5? When they're done selling you the same content from Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then, or in 1, 2, and 3 in Sims 4, and then the sales taper, then they'll make 5, so you have to buy all the same content again in Sims 5.
You'll get it around the same time we get GTA 6.
You'll get it when they give you the DLC content for Sims 4 for less than $20 per fucking DLC.
Well, to put it into perspective, and my favorite example for the Sims DLC or stuff packs or whatever is in the Sims 3, it took them like 10 stuff packs to finally add ladders so your Sims could actually get out of the pool. And then when they released Sims 4, like, okay, yeah, they released ladders in a stuff pack. They learned that Sims couldn't get out of the pool. Sims 4, no ladders for pools. It took them another like 5 or 6 stuff packs to fucking add ladders again back so the Sims could get out of pool.
That is so ridiculous. What the fuck? Stop drowning all the Sims.
Maybe I want to drown.
Well, unless you want to, of course, in which case, enjoy. You murderous bastard.
There you go.
I prefer putting them into a room with no doors and just letting them die in a puddle of their own pee.
I used to do that. I'm trying to make the tiniest room possible, and I found out that it was a flat wall and a 2 corner pieces just stuck together like this.
That was it.
So it was like literally a corner that they were in. That was the size of the Sim themselves, so they literally just stood there. Then they eventually just peed and died.
They drowned in their own pee.
Yeah, pretty much. They died in a puddle. That or fill the room full of. I used to
The
call
easy way is to remove the ladder in the pool. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Back when ladders actually came with pools.
They eventually starved to death.
But, no, put them in a big giant room full of stoves and have them play stove roulette.
God.
I like the sound of that.
So just like have them like randomly bake things on different stoves until one catches fire.
And then just let it burn.
And just let it burn. Do that. Then take away the door, so when the fire department shows up, they just run around the house because they have no way of actually getting into the house.
Right. finished my chicken. Perfect timing. I'm going to.
He has his greasy
off,
hands all
and then,
greased up. So much.
I have to say, playing the original Sims when I was a kid turned me into a bit of a masochist.
A sadist.
Like, I think Sims
Masochist is like you like being hurt. Sadist means you like hurting people. You want to hurt you.
Like, he said what he meant.
No.
That's what I said. No, my job that I have makes me masochist.
Going to your job is masochistic. Yeah.
No, it's because I choose to stay there.
You like because you're a masochist, but you're also a sadist because you like torturing Sims.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, GameCube, you're making noises.
Are we done with the news?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have been done.
This is the earliest we've been down to the news in weeks.
Gosh.
Weeks. Last couple weeks it's been like 2 in the morning. We're done with news finally.
In
Don't
Sims
say
4,
like that.
you can make them have a baby. You can do that, I'm pretty sure, in every Sims game.
Yeah, Sims 4, you can do it again. No, actually, in Sims 4, in one of the latest updates, you can actually have them go to the bathroom in a bush and then make them have sex in it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Woohooing in a visibly stinky bush.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Is to put one of these sparkling waters in the freezer until it gets just a little icy. They never really explode, thankfully, because they're sparkling water. But, yeah. That way I have icy cold sparkling water. My favorite way to drink it.
Hell yeah.
Icy cold.
Ice.
Ice, ice, baby. Too cold, too cold. Vanilla ice, ice, baby.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry.
Putting cans in the freezer is worse. I do that too sometimes. I'm just.
Hey, when you live where I live, you can't leave 2 liters outside for very long. I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah.
Put it outside for the 2 liter of root beer to get cold, and when it's like 5 degrees outside, and you accidentally leave it out there for a week.
Kick 10. I love Kick 10.
Yeah. Yeah, also I learned, don't, if you're wondering about how frozen the 2 liter bottle of root beer is, don't open it.
Hold on, huh?
Yes.
Stop collaborating. Listen, that's fascist propaganda, 007.
I think it's actually communist. But, okay.
Stop, collaborate, and listen. Like, collaborate with the enemy. Listen to the government. Stop protesting. Come on.
I guess you could. Yeah, I guess.
Come on.
Hey, you can add any words on either side of that.
Working with other people, like
I
that's,
know.
that's communism.
Not that kind. Not that kind of collaborate.
I think until I moved out of my old house, there was still root beer on the ceiling. And I wish I was joking about that. At least I opened it over the sink. Too bad none of it went into the sink and all onto the ceiling.
I put some Gatorade in my freezer a few weeks ago.
Oh no!
And it got pretty frozen. It was still like it was halfway there, right? But the top of it was frozen. Unscrew it, and the top is completely frozen. But right beneath the top, it was not frozen. So I was like, "Well, I'm just going to push this down." And I just start pushing with my thumb, and then.
Oh Lord!
Good one.
Just because, like, it's pushing a big thing of ice into liquid.
Displacement, motherfucker.
Science.
I am smart.
are smart. SMRT. Yeah.
SMERT.
No,
Smart.
pickups.
Smart. Yes,
Pickups?
pickups.
Yes.
Who wants to go first for the pickups of the pickups?
How many do we have here? I have
well,
I
6.
have
I always
three,
go last.
technically 5.
'Cause, I have 6.
Yeah, Eric goes first because he's East Coast.
Fine.
Oh, is that the rule now?
Time.
Hold on a second.
That
Let
is
me
true.
get my picture of stuff
Ding,
out
ding,
of
ding,
the
ding,
way.
ding,
There we go.
Ice spurt. Oh
ding,
lord.
ding, ding.
Ice
Ice
squirt.
spurt.
That's what happened.
Okay. Hello there. So what'd you get this week, Mr.
Well-
Gamer Eric Garbage?
Well, one of the first pickups I got actually has to do with the image on screen.
Ah.
This is running on an original GameCube, but it is running. I can't really pick it up. Wires. It is running via HDMI.
Ah. Okay.
And how I'm doing that is with the GC HD Eon Mark II.
I want to get
Ooh.
one of those.
Look at this packaging.
It's a cube.
It's so cute.
It's like a little GameCube.
A little GameCube.
It makes like a little shelf decoration now.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to get rid of it, you know?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
And it's great. It actually, unlike just like a standard composite to HDMI adapter, it actually plugs into the digital RGB port.
Oh.
So it's taking a straight digital
like a
signal.
direct feed. Yeah.
Yeah, into here. So it looks fantastic.
Nice.
And it goes into 480p for any games that support progressive scan mode.
Very nice.
So yeah, looks fantastic. Not cheap.
No.
No,
Say that. This thing goes for about,
140 or something.
yeah, it's about $150 for this thing.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I haven't gotten it.
U.S.
US.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Game
just
here.
overall,
Haven't gotten it.
So that'd be
Yeah.
about $500 Canadian. No.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be.
there
cheap.
are cheaper alternatives that
Yeah.
do go into the same port,
Mhm.
so you'll get a similar.
Yeah, what's the
Well,
company that makes it? What's it called?
I think it's Eon.
Just Eon.
No.
Um,
Controllers and the
Hybrid.
controllers. Hyperkin. Yeah, Hyperkin has one.
Yeah,
For like
but
$30, I think.
yeah, but it goes into the
Cable.
composite.
Yeah, it's just
Different.
cable. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
different.
It's literally just an HDMI, and I had one and it broke.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
Literally
that's,
just
that's
sitting there doing
analog to
absolutely-
digital. This is pure digital because it
This
goes
is pure digital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
digital to
big
digital.
difference.
And you can use a if you have, I don't know why I didn't come with one, but you can use a universal remote, program a universal remote, and there's a little receiver on the back, and there's options. You can go and add scan lines. You can take away scan lines. You can clean up the image. You can actually increase the resolution if you want to.
Yeah.
And change it because if maybe you have an import game or something that runs at a weird resolution, you can actually see it right there,
Yeah.
switching resolutions as
Oh,
it
okay.
detects different.
Oh, I see.
Ah,
Interesting.
Very nice.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
cinematic.
660 by 448 at 60 hertz
Yeah.
is what it's doing right now.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely worth it if you're someone who has a GameCube, has a good collection, and all they have are big flat screen TVs.
Yeah.
This is worth it if you have the money.
Best way to do it. Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. That's impressive.
Oops. Yeah.
It falled
Falling over.
over.
no, not the King of
Hey.
Monsters.
Like, it looked like the game froze for a second right when it fell over.
Bad Godzilla. Bad.
But it didn't. It was just loading, I guess.
So
Very
the
nice.
next thing I picked up. What?
I said very nice.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No,
Um,
I did. I said very nice.
so the next thing I picked up is I bought a new mouse because I wanted to, and so I picked up the G Skill.
Ooh,
It's a G Skill MX780,
very nice.
and it's an
That's the
original.
brand my memory is. But
Pretty.
it's like
Mine
the
too, actually.
cheapest possible
I just ran out
G-skill
very-
ever.
Very heavy, very nice, and it's actually a modular system. It has replaceable sides
Oh, that's cool.
and weights.
Does that
You-
weight?
Yeah, it does. So you can kind of like adjust the weight on it. It feels very nice. Took a little bit of getting used to because it is a bigger mouse than normal, but I'm normally used to. Because I
Mhm.
claw grip my mouse. So I had to find the right side.
It's like a
piece.
competitor to the G6502 or whatever from Logitech.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, it's 8200 DPI laser sensor, 3-zone custom RGB lights, 8 programmable buttons, and an ambidextrous height adjusting design. Oh yeah.
Does it have a horizontal scroll at all?
Horizontal?
Yeah.
Yes.
moving the
Oh, I
boil
see
back.
where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fucking lightsaber.
It also has. It came with a little Allen key. You can turn it right here,
Nice.
and the butt of this thing lifts up.
Oh, so different angles.
Yeah, so you
That's
can get
cool.
if you're someone who claws and like palms it, you
Yeah.
can actually have a palm rest. The only problem I have mine's all the way down. The problem I have with it is I rest my arm pretty heavy on my desk,
Yeah.
and I found out I was like propping my mouse up.
Oh.
So it's just like because there's a lip on my mouse pad area, and I literally rest my arm on that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so yeah, the G Skill MX 780. It's a decent mouse. It's not very expensive.
Very nice.
The old one I had was a Red Dragon. It was an off-brand. Still very nice, actually. One of the nicer ones.
Dragon's cheap stuff, but like, not bad.
Like high-end cheap. Next thing I picked up some Vigia games. Obviously.
Video games.
Picked up the Super Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, this is fantastic.
It's
They actually did tighten the controls. So Mario 64, Mario Sunshine specifically, controls so much better than they did on the N64 and GameCube.
Nice.
Tightened it up, and they look fantastic.
Yeah, that's one I'd love to play. I've only ever played Super Mario 64 on that. In fact, I think Super Mario 64 is the last Mario game I really sat down and played.
Oh yeah, Sunshine is a blast.
Yeah,
Sunshine, ironically, for
one of my favorites actually.
Yeah, I've heard Sunshine and Galaxy are really good.
That's why they're on here. A lot of people were saying they kind of wish it was Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Because technically Galaxy 2 was the more popular game.
They need to have that. I don't know why it doesn't.
Maybe they'll do a second collection if that one sells well.
Well, this is an interesting release because this is the first time I'd really ever seen Nintendo do an actual limited release.
Yeah.
This is going to be out for a year, and that's it. Then they're pulling it from the shelves.
Actually, I think it's 6 months. Like they're
Is it
starting
6 months
production
or-
in March or something.
Really?
Or something like that. Sometime next year, I know that. And they're not only pulling physical, but digital as well.
Yeah.
Celebrate
Like
the
they're
anniversary.
full on pulling it. It's just like I don't get it, but whatever.
Well,
Iceman says it's an anniversary thing. It's to celebrate the anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. So it's only going to be out
it's
during
the
that
whole
period.
thing of what Disney does with vaulting their shit
like
to
vaulting
keep
their
it
shit.
high value.
A piece of chicken flew into my water. Ugh.
Well, that's where it went after he coughed or sneezed.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the physical game and digital game ends on March 2021. Yeah.
I would recommend getting the physical as Eric did because that's going to have resale value. When when they stop selling it, that's going to shoot through the fucking roof.
Yeah, if you have the money, bite the bullet, pay retail for it, get it, because I know it's going to be worth more than that 6 months.
Assuming our fucking country makes it to March.
Yes.
I assume so.
I have high hopes.
So yeah, definitely worth getting the. Yeah, they're all running on off of emulation. Duh. And that's what they were saying. People were actually upset that Mario 64 and Sunshine were emulated. I'm like, of course they're fucking emulated.
Who cares? You're getting to play them on your modern system. Be happy, you ungrateful fucks.
Yeah. There's other like nitpicky things about Mario 64. Also, they were saying about how there was some slight input delay. It's like they tested. It's like 0.1 milliseconds.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
They're saying, well, that really messes up the speedrunning community.
Broken game.
Okay. It was a flying fat shit about the fucking
community was going to play this version anyways.
No, they're going to play the original.
Yeah, and they're like, also for the speedrunning community, they messed up. They fixed the glitch with the backwards long jump. I'm just like, oh yeah, that one thing that makes you glitch the game and beat it in 2 seconds. Yeah, of course they fucking
don't do it actually.
Yeah.
You just jump back and forth between the walls, and eventually you just glitch through the wall now. It's like
yeah, they fixed
I watched a video of it.
So it's like
move differently now. That's all.
Anyway, nitpicking aside, so long game. Yeah. The next one I picked up here is for the PlayStation 4. Now I already have this on PC, but I was playing it on PC and it's one of those didn't feel right.
Okay. Needs
This
to be on
is a
console.
game and a series of games that you just gotta play it on console. And that's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Okay.
I've always like the first versions of Tony Hawk I played were actually on the N64, but then I've always played them on a PlayStation system ever since then.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel right playing this on the Epic launcher through my janky fucking PC joystick and all stuff like that, and it just didn't feel right. So yeah, I paid like $30 and I got the PS4 version. Plus, this is also a game. It doesn't really benefit from it playing it in 4K at 120 frames per second. It doesn't look any different.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is not Battlefield 1. This isn't No Man's Sky. This isn't fucking Star Wars Squadrons. This is Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
So yeah, I picked it up there. I've been having fun with it. Last but certainly not least, actually, I'll take it out of the plastic.
Live unboxing.
I bought a game off of Instagram.
Okay.
And I
Picture
found
site?
I was perusing Instagram one night and I just saw this post, and it was a post of the front, the back, the discs, and the insert. And it had, the name of the game and whatever. Then it said acquire for pricing. I'm like, oh, and I looked and I saw this person lives in Cleveland, which is not far from me. And so I go, it says to acquire for pricing. And she goes, yeah, it's $45 shipped to, if you live in the state, it's free shipping. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. So we did a PayPal, and about 3 or 4 days later, this showed up in the mail.
Nice.
Now this is Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation 2.
Wow.
But this is the premium edition,
With a
and it's a steelbook.
Oh, it's a steelbook. Oh, wow.
It is a steelbook edition.
Wow.
And it comes with
Lucked out.
Yeah.
Good.
It comes with a Brady Games not really strategy guide, but an origin story that literally explains all the events of all the Resident Evil games up to Resident Evil 4.
Oh, wow. That's
So you kind of
nice.
get you caught up if you've never played the old games. Obviously comes with the game, but it also comes with the Making of Resident Evil 4 DVD.
Yes.
That was the other one. The only thing I'm missing on this is there is a, what is it they call it? A laser cell. I'm not sure what that is. And it looks like a card, like a laser cut card, of Ada Wong. And that's the only thing that's missing from this. Like, whoop-de-doo. But yeah, this is like, it's in perfect condition. The discs have no scratches, no smudges. It's like it was never used. And, yeah, I've been looking for a copy of Resident Evil 4. So here's I didn't even know also there existed PlayStation 2 Steelbooks.
Right?
Yeah, I
Pretty damn cool.
think I've seen one or two of them around. I mean, they weren't really as big a thing then. It was more PS3 era.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I really didn't see anything like prior to the PlayStation 3.
That's definitely a really cool collector's item you found there. That's awesome.
Yeah, a million times yes.
Yeah.
And Skinslip had me verify, and it is, instead of it being, what was the other name of them? Metal Pack. It is not a metal pack. It is actually a steelbook. It has the steelbook name with steelbook.com on the inside. So.
Cool.
So yeah. This is and it came with a
very nice
protective plastic. Because this comes from a small game shop.
Sorry.
Hello, the Transformers.
It comes from a small game shop up in Cleveland, Ohio, up just north of me. So it was probably sitting in plastic on the shelf like this, or behind a glass case.
Yeah.
So,
Stop it.
Oh my God!
Mute your fucking mic, Jesus.
Stop messaging Stoud. Whoever's messaging Stoud, he's busy.
Yeah, stop it.
And that was it. I think that's it.
Messaging him.
I also picked up Star Wars Squadrons and Series Sam 4 on Steam.
Oh, right. There you go. Very nice.
Why are you
Those
not
are the digital
turning
ones.
off? I'm trying to turn you the fuck off.
I know you didn't mute yourself.
Yeah, let's put Stout full screen so we can enjoy his frustration in all its glory.
Yes.
Hi, Stout. So what'd you get this week for your pickups that you got?
The first thing I got was new face masks.
Hey, very nice. Halloweeny.
Halloween.
I like that.
Yeah. There's that one, and I got this one as well.
Ooh, Halloweeny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kind of Halloweeny. Also kind of, I don't know if you could tell, it's got the crossbow. It's also kind of got a bit of a piratey theme, too.
Uh-huh.
Then this one.
Hey, Halloweeny. I like that.
That's not Halloween.
I can't tell what it is. What is it? Oh, it's cassettes. Okay. Very
Cassette
nice.
tapes, yes.
With sprinkles.
It's very 90s. 80s/90s.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Then,
I've still only got the one, but I'd like to get a couple more. Fashion statements, don't you know? It's all the rage nowadays. Cool mask, bro. Thanks. I like yours too, bro. Hey!
there's all that on 4K.
Finally!
I watched it on HBO Max and I loved it, and I was like, okay, I'm
still
going to
haven't
get to
seen
it at some point.
Well,
And
you
the
should.
second after I watched, well, not the second after, but like a week after I watched it, it was on sale on 4K on Amazon for $12, and I was like, what?
Wow.
What?
Like, okay, sold.
Yeah, sold. And then, since Sean wouldn't shut the fuck up about how great this fucking show is, he just kept talking about, oh, you gotta see this. I can't believe they canceled it after one season.
Going
So
on
ridiculous.
and on and on. Just.
I got Swamp Thing.
Hey! Excellent. Have you watched it yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is this was $10. But one cool thing I did find out about this week, it maybe it was Raptor who said this. I'm surprised it wasn't in the news, but apparently it did really fucking well. It's the first episode.
Oh, right. It was bloody
aired
disgusting.
the CW or whatever the fuck, right?
No, it was
And
John Squires from Bloody Disgusting.
Yeah.
Reported it yesterday. I forgot about that too. But
it did really fucking well on the CW. That
Yeah.
like got their best ratings of the entire fucking year.
Yeah,
with
huge.
the first episode of Swamp Thing.
Huge.
Like, this isn't the first version, the first time it's been available. You can get it on Blu-ray like I did.
Yes.
But people still
Uncensored.
loved it and still wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Just on TV on CW. So, I mean, if it does that well, you got to wonder.
They'll be
Will
looking
they
at
do
it.
another season?
They'll be looking at it. Yeah, well, I think we were saying this at the time when we heard that the CW had picked up the first season.
This is the first time that
It's like, you know, what could happen is, what if it's a big ratings hit, and they're like, people really like this. Maybe we should do some more. So, well, it looks like we've hit the ratings hit phase of that speculation and hope. So, here's hoping we get the other side. But the only thing is, people, and myself included, have been saying, you know, the only catch would be, there maybe the bit of a drawback would be, if the CW does it, it would be very watered down in terms of the violence and language and such from the original version, the DC Universe version. So some people said, well, what about if they put it on HBO Max? That's a possibility. So kind of like they started on DC Universe. DC Universe was killed, moved to the CW. It was a ratings hit, and then, well, let's move it back to HBO Max, the new streaming service, and give it another season and see if we can have more hit and make more money from more subscriptions to HBO Max. You know,
like, you know, we're like having all gluts of like vampire and zombie movies, but like, can maybe like, can there like be maybe some werewolf stuff too? Werewolves need love to not be
Yes.
treated like fucking house pets. They're always
They're-
treated like
What
dogs.
do you mean? We got the
They're
greatest
Not
werewolf
treated like
movies
house
ever
pets. What are you talking about?
right here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there we go.
It's
Speaking of
double
which,
feature.
Those aren't werewolf movies. Those are Wolfman movies. They're a little different.
Yeah.
This isn't a pickup, by the way. I got this a while back.
okay.
Get that
Scream
set
Factory
up.
has
Care about
both of those out.
I'm done with my pickups. That was all I got.
That was it, eh? Yeah, I also really enjoyed The Invisible Man. I can see why a lot of people might not. Potentially very triggering subject matter. But,
Absolutely. It is one of those movies that, yeah, if you've ever been in a very abusive relationship before, you might actually not want to watch it.
Or
it's
know
a really
someone
good
who
movie,
has.
but
Yeah.
it'll trigger you. No joke. No
will.
toxicness
It's-
behind it.
It's
My friend,
Yeah.
my friend couldn't finish
Hurt
it.
to
Can't
watch.
turn it off.
Yeah, there's a few people I know who either couldn't finish it or just didn't like it because of
Yeah.
that.
It's really intense. I hear. I want to see it. I want
It
to see
is, and that's actually what I liked about it, was the fact that I thought it handled the subject matter very well and very accurately, just giving it a bit of sci-fi horror twist.
I'm kind of wondering if
So-
I'll have to turn it off. I mean, like,
I'm sure you won't. I'm sure you'll be fine with it, but it's good. It's well done. Anyway, so things that you bought and may or may not turn off. What'd you get this week, Skinslip?
oh, I'm poor. I don't have anything.
Oh, you don't have anything. Okay, well,
Yeah.
all right, never mind.
I told you I don't have any money this month because I'm maybe
Oh.
buying Friday the 13th, assuming they give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna fight it. If it doesn't come, oh well. I'll just get the tin set. It's gonna be a lot of them in the market soon. So
Yeah. Oh, devalued. Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's
I'm like I'm fine with it. And I know I want the new edition of Jason Goes to Hell, but like I don't have the energy to fight with a fucking Amazon rep to get it put into a box when it's supposed to be, even though I fucking ordered it in July.
Well, actually, you're not the only one in that boat. Mine hasn't even been charged yet, let alone sent. So they gave me
most of them.
they gave me an ETA. Sometime between the 15th and the 23rd of October is when I can expect it. And add insult to injury, of course, I'm sure you've seen the multitudes of tweets of people who got theirs like a week early.
With the Scream Factory, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yep.
So yeah. So
That's
no, I don't think any.
That's why they put extra money for it, though.
So I don't actually think anybody who had it ordered through Amazon has had any movement
That's not
on
my-
it yet. So
that's not what I'm worried about. My thing is, I live in the boonies, and I'm never the priority.
oh
Oh, thank you, Legally Blind Gamer. I appreciate that.
yeah.
He said I look nice.
Oh, there you go. Very nice. And you do look nice.
But no, I was saying. Oh yeah, I want it, but like, it's not like life or death. Like Gamera would have been I would have been devastated if I didn't get Gamera.
Yeah, I know. Gamera was a big one for me too, and I was crushingly depressed, feeling like I was never going to get it. But
my theory that they don't ship to me first because I am in the boonies proved to be correct.
yeah.
Because that they almost didn't give me a copy. They actually had to go and
I remember
acquire
that.
a
Yeah,
copy to send to me.
I remember you had to fight with them over that. That's
Yeah,
fucking
so
bullshit.
I'm not gonna fight someone. I spent 35 minutes talking to this dumb.
It's like,
person who
you know
did
what? I don't care what
I'm
you.
like trying to fight them.
I don't care what your
Yeah.
fucking priority is. I pre-ordered that. You made it available for sale in my area. Therefore, don't give me the fucking runaround.
It
You know?
it should just be first come first serve.
Yeah.
If you put your order in first, you get yours first.
Yeah.
But they don't do it. It's closest because they're trying to make money. So they ship to the closest, and then because it
bullshit.
costs them less money to ship, they make a bigger profit.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I got some stuff.
Thank you, Michelle.
Let me put my crummy camera up on full screen so you can see a little better. Hi. Good camera over on this side. Shitty camera over on this
Wow,
side.
it's like a slight delay, actually.
It's not.
It's the Sean Show.
Not on my
starring
screen.
Sean.
Your crappy camera is slightly delayed.
No, it's not. It's exactly the same.
Little hint, everybody. It's always the
Like,
Sean
yeah,
Show
I
starring
don't
Sean.
know. Anyway, I went to Shoppers Drug Mart And Shoppers Drug Mart also sells movies. I usually don't get a lot of movies there because they tend to have kind of random selection. There's no organization to it at all. It's very haphazard. But
So like Stoudman's collection?
yes. So I generally don't buy a lot of movies there because I just don't want to dig through the shelves. But this one I saw they had one that was Halloween movies. I'm like, okay, I'll bite. I'll take a little gander. And I'm glad I did, because for $4.99 they had this. Elvira's Movie Macabre double feature from Screen Factory or Show Factory. Yeah, I know. So this one has Count Dracula's Great Love and Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks. So this is the original 80s Movie Macabre, 2 episodes from it, complete and uncut. And it's quite lovely, and there's lots of pictures of Elvira in the packaging as well. Let me take this, and it's a double disc, so each movie gets its own disc, because they release some of these movies individually as well. But yeah, very nice, very nice. I've been wanting to get basically all of these forever, but I just keep not getting them, and well, this is probably going to end up being the only one I can get because they're all out of print now. But
I know that feel. There's like so many things you want, you have to prioritize, and you break your heart all the time because you get to miss things, you know?
Yeah. So the other one, as you guys know, I missed out on this the first time it was around, and just recently got the 3rd volume in the collection, and they recently reissued the 1st volume, which finally arrived. We have the Vincent Price Collection, Volume 1.
Yay!
So this one contains The Pit and the Pendulum, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Mask of the Red Death, both cuts, theatrical and extended cuts. The Abominable Doctor... Come on, really? Alright, I'll fix the camera while we're waiting.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Thanks for the bits, JL. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hold on, just fixing this stupid camera. Alright. Anyway, just when something too bright gets in front of it, it fucks up the exposure and then the frame rate. And anyway, so we got that. We got the Abominable Dr. Fives, the Haunted Palace, and Witchfinder General, aka the Conqueror Worm. Now, interesting to note, the original release of this, they pulled because, and that's why it went out of print so fast, because they didn't have proper clearances for some intros, some Vincent Price intros they had to some of the films. So that's the one thing that is the big difference here. What the hell are you doing? Stop it. And then,
Smoking.
oh, okay. It sounded like you were just breathing strangely. Anyway, so the fuck, it's really distracting. Anyway, the Christ fucking sakes. So they had these intros on the original version, okay? They had these intros, and they pulled it because they didn't have proper clearances for the intros. So that's why the first volume went out of print so fast. So one of the things they made up for with this one, excluding the intros, is they have the alternate cut of The Mask of the Red Death. Now, for people who already bought the first version, they obviously don't want to buy the whole damn set again just to get that alternate cut of Mask of the Red Death, so they also released Mask of the Red Death as a standalone at the same time that they reissued this. So you can just get that to get the extended cut. Meanwhile, the booklet that's included, on the bottom here, I guess they just did a straight-up reprint of the book, because I don't know if I have the autofocus going on this. It doesn't say. But it's Introductions from the Vincent Price Gothic Horrors, a 12-part film series broadcast on Iowa Public Television in 1982. Oh, cool. Yeah, those aren't on this set. This is the book from the old set that they just basically did a straight reprint of and didn't bother to take that little blurb off the back.
Jesus.
Good one,
wow,
guys.
thanks, Cliff.
Good one. Anyway.
Gee.
Glad to have this anyway, just for the, oh, there is, now the autofocus kicks in. Like, thanks. Anyway.
I kind of want to think that maybe a smaller company would have handled that differently.
Oh my god. You stay out of this.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry.
No. Alright, so next up, I've been wanting to check out this movie series for a very long time. and I had it kind of sitting in my cart for ages, and I was just kind of scrolling through, looking to see, anything. I missed the notification that the price had changed on it, so I was just kind of scrolling, and I looked. Now, this set normally goes for about, I don't know, between $40 and $60. So I looked, and it was $14.50. I'm like, what? So I clicked on it and went to the page, saying that can't be right. And it's like $14.50. And I'm like, add to cart, finalize order, done. Like, for that price, I mean, I would normally be able to get, 4 of them for that price. Of the regular, you know what I mean. Anyway, it was $14.50.
Hard.
I have never seen this movie series at all. It's been on my radar for ages. I've heard mixed reviews. I don't care. It sounds fun to me. Vampires versus werewolves and Kate Beckinsale in tight leather pants. We got the entire Underworld collection, all 5 movies. The other Underworld. So it's
I love the Underworld series.
It's the Underworld Ultimate Collection.
All right.
The only complaint is it's each movie has its own disc. It's great. We got the unrated, extended version of the first one, but it's spindles. It's 2 spindles with the discs stacked on them. Hate that.
It's pretty popular with studios now.
Yeah, because it's cheap.
I don't like it either.
But anyway, $14.50 to get all 5 of them. So that was a deal.
It's a pretty common film fan question: Underworld or Resident Evil, and I always choose Underworld. With of the series of wacky action horror films, I'd rather watch the Underworld series.
I don't see the reason for comparing those two. They're completely different.
They're both female leads. They're both horror action hybrids.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm so tired of all of the shitting on the Resident Evil franchise. Like, just if you like it, great. If you don't, great. Whatever. I like them. You don't. Fine. Can we just stop with the shitting on it? Just even when it's unrelated. I'm talking about Underworld.
Yeah, and I prefer the Underworld films. I like them. We're talking about that. All right.
Great. How about just say, I like the Underworld movies. Why do you even have to bring Resident Evil into it at all? Like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
I just get it's something I'm so tired of. Like, I hear it so much on my videos, in chats, everywhere. It's just,
hey,
just go away with the Resident Evil hate.
I'm none of those people. Please stop projecting.
I'm not. Oh my god!
Oh my god, Stoudman. You incredible bastard.
It's not you, the person, it's the situation and the subject matter that I have the issue with. Anyway.
I'm just like a bastard for doing it.
Anyway, moving on to something completely unrelated, even peripherally, to Resident Evil. This was a case of, I hope I didn't just give it away, but anyway, this is a case of something that is out of print. It is prohibitively expensive in Canada. I missed out on it when I had it in my hand in the store a few times and put it back on the shelf. So I really didn't want to miss out on this because I absolutely love this series. I've never seen the last 2, actually. I've heard they're not as good, but whatever. I love the first 2 and really wanted them on Blu-ray. I had them on DVD a while ago. So I checked on Amazon.com, and Amazon.com has been wonderful for finding some of these out-of-print titles that are ridiculously expensive in Canada, and even after the exchange rate, end up costing me less than they would cost here in Canada. So this is one I've been wanting for ages, and finally decided to get before it was gone forever from Scream Factory. The Wreck Collection, or the
movies are very good.
The Recollection.
My favorite one is the first one.
Thanks, Major Matoko. I like the first 2 equally, actually, because
there's not a bad movie in the series. I gotta say.
I feel like it's just a good straight up continuation. Like, I consider them both the same story, like continuously, right? You know.
And then you can watch. You can actually even watch. What was it? What's the fucking American series called? Quarantine 2 Terminal. It's like a whole side film.
And it's the only one that isn't available on Blu-ray.
I know, right? Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind
here
of annoying.
In Region 1 at least. I think if you get from the UK.
Yeah.
Might be free though.
I don't know. I looked around. I was gonna get both of them at the same time, but I was like, no.
Alien Abduction, the 2013 film, wherever, that's not available here in Blu-ray either. You have to buy a Blu-ray from the UK.
So anyway, this is yeah. Anyway, this is all 4 movies. So you got the first one.
Such a good movie, and the second one's really good.
Loads of extras.
It's my second favorite, actually.
Okay. Second one. Loads of extras. Third one, which I'd never seen.
That one I think was the weakest one.
Loads of extras.
I liked it.
There's not a bad one in the bunch. I really like that one.
And the final one.
Yes.
Loads of extras. So basically, first one. Hold on. First one, direct sequel, prequel, direct sequel to the first 2, and there you go. So that's how those go. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to revisiting the first 2, and then checking out the last 2 for the first time.
Like, for whatever reason, like when film franchises do a prequel, that one tends to be like the weaker one of the series.
Well, can be. I don't know. Maybe I'll love it. I don't know. We'll see.
It's like I said, it's not a bad movie at all. Just of the series.
There.
We're at 95%.
So annoying. Yes, we're at 95%. Sorry, and thank you very much for that, Major Motoko. Right in the middle. He said, takes a health potion. Yeah, he's giving his stream boss status a little hit point boost there.
That's cute.
You took the small health potion, just enough to not be dying.
Anymore.
That's right. All right, next up. This one I actually ordered a while ago. It took a while to get to me because it had to come from all the way from the other side of the ocean. It arrived in beautiful condition. I'm quite actually impressed. So there was a release of this a while back, which was actually gifted to me by David Bunch of Numbers, I believe. And it was wonderful. It was great to have this classic story brought back to life. And but the animation company that did it was like, I think we can do better. So they put out a special edition with a multitude of extras that just blows the old edition out of the water. I'm, of course, talking about the Second Doctor's debut story brought back to life in animation, Doctor Who, The Power of the Daleks.
Well, yes, I would have never guessed what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. That's why.
Yes. And then
and it has those lovely number 12s.
It does. Rated 12 for moderate sex references, because how much sex was in Doctor Who in the 60s.
What?
Sexy Doctor Who, yeah.
Brief gore, mild violence, and threat. Suitable only for persons of 12 years and over, not to be supplied to any person below that age.
Those last 3 are correctly applied, but what mild sex reference? Did someone say the word penis in it?
I have no idea. I was watching this earlier today. I just finished episode 4 of 6, and I have no idea. Is there like some kind of just general of the time innuendo remark made to Polly at some point? Like, I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, so just to give you a quick comparison here, the original was very nice, this lovely steelbook. This one does not come in a steelbook edition, but it does have a slipcover, and actually the interior cover is reversible, so it has this artwork, or you can flip it around, and it looks like the style.
Never fear, Mario's here.
Thank you.
Oh my god!
Looks like the same style as the Region 2 DVD releases. So it has the same visual style.
That doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
I said, why would he do that? That didn't make any sense.
I don't know. But to give you some idea of the difference in extras here. So the original release, in addition to having slightly different animation, was four discs. Well, technically 2 discs, because 2 of them were just the DVD version. So we had episodes 1 through 6 in black and white and color. Had the black and white telesnap reconstruction, audio commentaries, several different audio mixes, mono, stereo, and 5.1, a making-of thing, an animation photo gallery, surviving footage, like all the surviving clips and footage, and an original trailer, original title sequence, animation test footage, and an original Dalek recording. So it's actually original recording sessions from the guy who did the Daleks. So that sounds pretty cool, eh? Some cool archival extras there. Uh-huh. So then we have the special edition, which I actually have to get the booklet out because there's that many extras on it. So this has extensive redone animation for most of the 6 episodes. A lot of bits they felt they could do better, added more shadowing, a little more facial expressions and things like that. Just generally made it better. So far, from what I've seen, it is a massive improvement. And I was already pretty impressed with the old version, but this is so much better. It's the same team that did the recent versions of the Macra Terror, Face of... the Faceless Ones, and Fury from the Deep. So it's much more in tune with that visual style now. So special features. Yeah, so disc 1, you've got audio commentaries and an animation gallery. Disc 2, you have the Power of the Daleks reconstruction, which basically uses all the existing material with the original audio, basically photo reconstruction. And this is new. We have the 1993 audiobook, which was originally released in 1993 as a double cassette tape set from the BBC Audio Collection, featuring the original audio from the story, narrated by Tom Baker.
Ooh!
Yeah. They found the original BBC One trailer. I think they had this on the other one, actually, which is the original trailer to promote it back in 1966. You have a compilation of surviving footage. They've found a few more clips since the old release. That was one of the things that prompted this release. You got the original title sequence film, the Dalek session recordings. You have an unedited compilation of Tristram Carey's incidental music score for Power of the Daleks with audio mastering by Mark Ayres. That's really cool. He's the same guy who did the music for the original, the first ever Dalek story. Very moody and atmospheric synthesizer stuff. Really, really good.
Me and John constantly talk about how good the music is in that show.
Yeah. It's, Tristram Carey was one of the really innovative ones who did some really interesting and spooky scores for the 60s stories. They also have some photogrammetry. Now, this sounds really interesting. Photogrammetry is a technique whereby multiple images of a place or object are used to digitally recreate that place or object in 3D. Presented here are 3 photogrammetry renders of sets from the original 1966 production of Power of the Daleks, created using photographs taken on the studio floor during the original shoot. They provided a unique opportunity to see how the story would have looked on set at Riverside Studios in the winter of 1966.
Wow!
Does that sound awesome?
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Which one did we watch?
We watched. The animated version wasn't out yet, so we just watched. We watched like a photo reconstruction.
I rewatch that. When we do the revisit.
Absolutely, yeah.
When we get around to that post Halloween.
They've also got an expanded collection of 85 BBC photographs taken in the studio during the original production. That's just disc 2. There's a third disc of nothing but extras.
Oh my god.
Got the Power of the Daleks from script to screen. The Power of the Daleks behind the scenes. So more behind the scenes stuff. Servants and Masters, the making of Power of the Daleks. Wicker's World, a handful of horrors. Episode entitled I Don't Like My Monsters to Have Oedipus Complexes. It's great. Thank you. Now, this one I'm really excited about because it's the first time it's been released outside of its original VHS release. We have Daleks: The Early Years, a 1992 documentary hosted by Peter Davison looking back at the early days of the Daleks, including extracts from the Dalek Invasion of Earth, The Chase, and The Power of the Daleks, as well as other various clips. So the Years tapes were a series of VHS tapes that were being put out in the early 90s, kind of just as a look back at the show, but also providing a lot of rare stuff that hadn't been previously released. Like there's the Hartnell Years, which had the original unaired pilot on it. There's the Troughton Years, which had episodes from incomplete stories that hadn't been seen since the 60s. And then they had the Pertwee Years, the Tom Baker Years. They never did the Peter Davison Years for some reason. Then they did the Colin Baker Years. Then they did Daleks: The Early Years and Cybermen: The Early Years. So a good chunk of those have since been re-released in digital form on the Blu-rays, which is very cool. So it's nice to finally have that Daleks one available. Then we have Robin Hood, the Abbot of St. Mary's. Now this sounds really interesting. This is one of the BBC's earliest recordings, and also Patrick Troughton's first television role. From 1953. So it says, in March 1953, Patrick Troughton starred in the first British television production of Robin Hood. Troughton was one of the earliest true stars of television drama in Britain, and his part in Robin Hood was one of many prominent TV roles in the 40s and 50s. Most television drama of the time was broadcast live, with few programs ever recorded. In spite of this, a large part of the second episode of Robin Hood, The Abbot of St. Mary's, was recorded by the BBC and still survives today in the BBC archives. It is the earliest surviving television performance of Patrick Troughton and one of the earliest known British television drama recordings of any kind. It is released here for the first time since its one and only television broadcast on the 24th of March, 1953. What
Holy
a
shit.
Cool archival extra.
That's fucking wild.
BC South Today
I want to
footage.
dive into that.
Just some more behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
BBC Wales footage going back to some public events during the 60s. A clip from Blue Peter, a clip from Newsnight, a clip from the BBC Breakfast Report, animation trailers promoting the release of the original Power of the Daleks animation test footage, animatics, BBC radio spots, and a whole bunch of BD-ROM content as well. So, holy shit! Even if you have the original release of Power of the Daleks and are waffling about upgrading, I'd say the extras alone make this worth the upgrade. That is... I didn't realize... I got it just for the upgraded animation, really. I didn't realize it had that many new things on it. I mean, that's insane. That's like the level of extras you get with the season sets, but for just one story, which is madness. Yeah. And I love it. Now, next up, one final thing. I have to say, there are times when I have to wonder if maybe there's more to life than just being really, really, really ridiculously good looking. And I'd like to find out what that is. So, when I was at Shoppers Drug Mart, going through the Halloween bin, oddly, in the Halloween bin, they also had the Steelbook edition of Zoolander.
Whoa, what a terrifying horror movie.
I know. So scary.
Wow, that's so scary I'll never watch it again.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kidding, I'm fucking
Anyway, one of my favorite sort of modern comedies. I absolutely love it. And this is a really nice nice Steelbook. And this was $10. It's $10 for the Steelbook, and I'm pretty sure this is like years out of print as well. So, yeah, there you go. And it came with a headband that even has Zoolander's hair. So, there you go. Very nice. And I can actually wear this quite comfortably with the headphones. So, I think we'll just leave it on for the rest of the night.
I think you should just do that from now on. Actually, this should be your persona for streaming. I'm kind of only slightly kidding. I think you should get a different headband. Like you should get a fucking The Shining one instead.
There we go.
Oh.
Horror theme. It's your horror one.
I like some horror ones, yeah. Why male models? Yeah. Oh, the files are in the computer.
Like you don't have to mention it being Zoolander. You're just having the silly hair on your head. Just.
Well, yeah, exactly. It doesn't have.
What the fuck's this guy doing?
Make it even more strange.
I want to get like some cute furry ear thing.
There we
my
go.
Headphones.
Sean Lander.
Sean Lander. Oh my god.
So yeah.
Lander,
Definitely a good week for pickups. As you can probably tell, pretty excited about that Power of the Daleks one. That's pretty awesome. So I've just been watching the new version of the story. I remember when we watched it, even just watching the photo reconstruction with the surviving clips, I remember you, Stout, in particular, being really quite taken with that story. And you said that was kind of one of the key ones for you that made Doctor Who really click for you. Because that was the one where it was the one where the Daleks were supposedly made into the servants. I am your servant. Remember that?
Yeah.
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 I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a very good story. And there was the scene where there was like a rebellion happening, and the Dalek asked, "Why do humans kill other humans?" And you just couldn't fathom that concept, and you're like, "Wow!"
Right?
They just went there. But I can tell
Here's
from your
this fucking show that at the time is being made for fucking young kids.
yeah.
And they pull out some shit like that, like
Asking the hard questions. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Super
But,
deep for a kid's show, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, that was also the era they were kind of branching out a little bit. They were making it a little bit darker, a little bit more scary. The one thing I enjoyed about the second Doctor's era was there was a lot of, base under siege stories, which I really like. I've always enjoyed those. They have kind of the claustrophobic aspect to them. And this was kind of one of those, actually, because it takes place mainly on this space colony on a planet, but they're kind of stuck in there with the Daleks and a revolution going on, and they have to figure out a way to deal with it. And then, of course, the added thing of it being the first ever regeneration. So,
A freak gasoline fight accident?
who's it? Oh, it's in Zoolander. Yes. That's,
right. Okay.
I remember the gasoline fight accident in Doctor Who.
I was confused. I thought it was maybe a joke he talked about during one of the
No,
live streams or something.
Big gasoline fight.
I don't have the greatest memory in it's been a while to see that movie.
That's true. Yeah, Iceman says Daleks as a whole is a scary concept when you realize what they're based on. Well, yeah, Nazis, and it gets into there's other aspects of it as well, like sci-fi stuff
Based on
about
Nazis.
genetic manipulation and nuclear war and all that
Eugenics.
stuff.
That's the word I think they're looking for. Eugenics.
Eugenics, yes. There's a lot of that in there, and Power of the Daleks in particular is a big one that deals with a lot of that stuff. And yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I require Halloween candy.
I have none left because Rosie arrived.
It's okay. I've eaten a whole Halloween candy too. Speaking of which, I do have some Halloween candy. Maybe in a little bit.
Look at my luscious hair blowing in the wind.
Hey, look at that. Eric made it through all the news and all the pickups. Look at that.
Barely.
I know.
Got to turn into a
I'm
pumpkin.
actually about ready to bow out. It's 3 in the morning.
All right.
Well,
Well, before you do, did you watch any movies this week? Last week?
Or last week or the week before.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I hope work goes by fast for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm questioning whether to even go.
Oh, take a day
Oh,
from that.
really?
Mental health is important,
Yeah. Health and wellness of the mind and body and spirit.
I mean,
Health and
I get it.
wellness.
If you take the day off, you can play horror games with us.
No, God, please.
Yeah, I'll let you guys
I
know.
see JL got some extra bits this week.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
JL.
welcome.
Well,
Always.
have yourself a good night,
Later.
Eric, the gamer of garbage, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good night, y'all.
I think I will have to move myself. Yep.
Rip.
Covered up.
It never works out in
Skinslip.
your favor. It's always not in your favor for some reason.
May the odds be ever in your... And he got fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever once been in his favor, actually. It's been in his favor from 5 to 4 before, but not from 4 to 3.
Jail is indeed number 1 on the Bits leaderboard, followed very closely by Little Retro Rocker in second place. And then in a very distant third is Stoudman.
There you go.
There you go.
Toko's like bleeding from the mouth over here. Come on, somebody do.
I loved how angry you were getting at all the sound bites and annoyances.
Well, only because they were so many, so short
$25.
together.
Take the crown. I don't know when you guys got $25. Take the crown. Let's go.
That's true. Somebody can easily take over from Major Motoko.
Do
it. So, movies? Did we watch some movies this week? I don't think I watched.
Yeah, I actually watched a movie by myself this week.
I don't think I watched any movies this week. I just watched other things.
I know, right? Like, holy shit. And then Stoudman, maybe watch a movie tonight?
I was thinking we could start Bly Manor.
Sure. That
started started
no
streaming,
problem with
didn't it?
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to watch that this year too, because I waited way too long to watch the first one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about doing a rewatch of the first one, but I haven't gotten around to it.
It's good. It's very good.
All right.
Actually, makes me want to go back and watch the old movie of The Haunting. I haven't seen that in a long time. So.
Can I start now?
Just checking.
Maybe.
Any other tangents? No, I think I'm good. Go ahead. Oh, no, actually, one more. You know, the 90s remake of The Haunting, which I've always hated but still want to get so I can watch it again and hate it all anew, is not actually on Blu-ray. It's only on DVD. So annoying.
You mean the Owen Wilson one? I think it's actually getting a release soon.
Is it?
It is. It's getting a release soon, yes.
Okay.
I kind of want it because I kind of low-key love it, even though it's not good.
There's aspects of it I kind of low-key like as well.
It's not a good remake, but it's as a standalone, it's really cheesy.
I like the cast in it. I like the set design. I hate the CG in it, but I like Owen Wilson. I like Liam Neeson. I like Catherine.
I wonder if Blu-ray's going to improve
Jones
this. That's something I've noticed, actually. A lot of CG, we say it's terrible, and it's because our memories of like the VHS and the DVD, where it was crushed. In a lot of movies, I've actually noticed that once they hit Blu-ray, they actually look better. Like
I saw it in the theater on a ginormous screen. Trust me, that CG is awful.
I don't remember that. Also, I don't care that the movie has no requirement to have a realistic ghost.
Here's the thing. I thought at the time that it came out in 1999 that the CG was awful, even by those standards back then. I was like, wow, why did they do that? Oh.
So here's the thing. Like, we could always think it's terrible because it's not mimicking reality enough, or we could take a more positive outlook and say it's just a cartoonish version of Ghosts, and say that's the stylistic choice.
See, my problem was with because the thing that made the original so great was by how little it showed you. It left a lot up to
everything,
and that was really the point of that one. It was supposed to be ambiguous as to whether or not these things were actually happening, or if it was in the mind of the protagonist. That was like one of the key points of the plot. But in this one, they just like blatantly show you like ghosts up the ass. And
Like from the beginning, they start showing
literally ghosts up the human asshole.
Literally
there's
up
no
literal asses.
There's no just like immediately CGI ghosts. You're right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we just take it as the same title, completely different movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's its own movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys are talking about Casper. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. It's like the people like look at the House of Wax remake and they get crap all over. I'm like, hey.
See, now that one got a Blu-ray release.
See, like, but it's actually not really a remake of House of Wax. Technically, it's a remake of Tourist Trap.
No.
That's the thing I've thought about the Haunting is that it does follow along some of the same beats as the original.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it really feels more like they were trying to remake House on Haunted Hill.
Well, they're very similar kind of premises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's almost like they were misremembering which movie was which.
Yeah. Exactly. Just like the motherfucker who made
I don't think it's a bad movie necessarily.
Oh,
it's just cheesy. It's not realistic. It's cartoony, and it's fine. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. It's like a good 3 out of 5.
So it is
I think.
coming up. Paramount presents. There's no listing for this on Amazon Canada, so.
Ooh, I actually liked Ghost Ship. I thought Ghost Ship was great. The one I didn't like was Gothica. That one I thought that one fell out.
That's the one I did like.
I like that House on Haunted Hill a whole lot. I saw that in theaters.
There's 2 cuts of Gothica. Apparently the extended one's better.
Oh, I might have. I'll try an extended cut. I
don't know how available it is, but I heard that it was a bit better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can watch an extended
just
cut.
wait until they move in. You know?
I'm pretty sure I didn't watch the extended cut my first time.
Probably, yes. Okay, good. Well, I will get that then. It'll be a nice little companion to all of the Hauntings.
But yeah, I love that movie, but not like I don't pretend it's great. It's cartoonishly unrealistic CGI ghosts, and it totally blows the whole premise of the original. But
yeah,
as a haunted house film,
yeah, that's kind of how I look at it, as a haunted house film.
Yeah,
because you really can't look at it as a remake, because it does just throws out.
This
so
is why
much.
I'm keeping this with Last Airbender thing. I'm holding off watching the show until I see the movie. I want to see the movie first, because I want to evaluate the movie based on just the movie. Shut up, Justin. Because I want to see the movie as a movie.
Whatever, Justin, who saw the
good or bad as a movie.
Who
I have
saw
no
the fucking
idea what's going on with it.
Hold on. Whatever, Justin, who saw the fucking Netflix movie of Death Note before any of the other versions. Like,
you
literally did the same
Halloween
thing with Death
shit.
Note, so...
Fucking drizzle shit, goddamn.
I haven't made you do anything yet.
Don't you go snickering disapprovingly.
Fucker.
I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, you got a point.
Yet. I like you say yet because you know it's going to happen.
Remember, the memory, it knows things.
My memory is not as good, but you said that, I was like, yeah, no, I did do that.
Oh, yeah, I did that. Well, I'm just a big hypocrite, apparently.
No, we just forget things. You're human.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyways, movies.
Right. So, first up, we watched the brand new 2020 film, Vampires vs. the Bronx. And Sean, you need to see this movie.
Okay.
This movie was made for you.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
I like that. Free is good.
It's got a million references. There's a great reference to Nosferatu with the hand reaching for the doorknob. There's so many references in the movie. It was so much fun. I laughed my ass off. Though they use the Eucharist from the thing with the little thing to put in your mouth when you're taking the body of Christ or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a little cookie they give.
Yeah,
you
the
know.
thing, right? That they have that as a way to kill vampires. You put it in its mouth, but I'm like,
oh yeah.
I think that's the only thing I'm just like, That's such a weird thing.
Personally, I thought that was a unique and interesting.
You're talking about the communion wafers.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. That's nothing. Wait, that's not new. They've done that in several Dracula films that we have watched.
Oh, well,
I don't remember it.
There's the 1977 one. He doesn't have a crucifix, but he does have a pocket full of communion wafers because he was using them. Van Helsing's. He was using them to sanctify the earth in Dracula's coffins. He gets attacked by the vampire brides, puts a circle of salt around him, and breaks off a couple of communion wafers and uses them to ward off the vampires.
Interesting. Okay.
And also in the, I think it's in the 1974 one with Jack Palance.
I knew you would do this.
I had
no idea.
They also use communion wafers to sanctify the earth in Dracula's coffin.
This is why you gotta watch this shit.
So
it's
there's
been
this
used a few
completely original concept in this movie.
It's been done at least 20 times before.
My only complaint is that I can't actually hold against the film is that it uses the whole vampires can't see in mirrors, the vampires can't see under cameras thing. The only problem with that is those things were like that because old cameras had silver highlight flecks, which are what captures the image. So silver that wouldn't be seen on it, and mirrors back then were made with silver, so they wouldn't be seen on it. right?
That's,
But modern
yes.
are made aluminum mirrors, I believe,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. And digital cameras don't have silver in them.
Mm. Oh, I see. The silver halides. Yeah.
They would be seen in modern mirrors and modern cameras, but they are not in this movie. My only complaint, it's not really a complaint, it's a nitpick. It's one of those things that, like,
I
think the writers would have thought about that too. You know,
I think it's something people don't generally think about, but I think the reason for that is the fact that they can't be seen in mirrors and can't be photographed isn't seen so much as a technical thing involving silver. It's a supernatural aspect of the nature
People
of
don't remember it
vampires.
as it's because of the silver.
Magic.
Well, but originally it's because
vampire
it's
magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it's vampire magic, which is why I don't blame them. And they're nitpicking, not a thumbs down, that you don't mark a star on that. That's just like this is a little thing I know, but I know that's the.
She's just saying she would like to see them take that.
Yeah, the writers did not know this.
I was just gonna say, like, it would be interesting to see a vampire film that actually does take that stuff into account. It's like, look. It's like, well, wait, but I thought you couldn't photograph vampires. It's like, no, not with old cameras, because they had silver in them, and that's why you couldn't see them. But this is a digital camera with no such limitation. Have a little conversation about it, educating the viewer, and also expanding on the lore a little bit, you know?
That would actually factor in very well to a vampire movie, too.
And here's the thing.
Especially if you consider, like, the concept of how people use specific special devices or whatever when they're doing ghost hunting. We'll get into that with the game we're going to play, but
yes. Yes, we will. Very cool.
So yeah, I mean, like, that is like my only nitpick, but I'm like, I just because that means I'm smarter in this one aspect than the writers of this film. Whoop-de-doo. You know, like, that doesn't make the movie bad.
Yeah.
Because as a whole, the movie's great fun. It's so much fun. Like, you laugh. It's a great comedy.
So it's Vampires versus the Bronx?
Yes.
Cool.
And my favorite aspect of it is that Method Man plays a priest.
Yes. He's a great character, too. Yeah. All the characters are great. They're memorable. They're lovely people.
Okay, Legally Blind Gamer says actually the most recent version of Vampire the Masquerade takes that into account, which is why it's easier to violate the masquerade.
That's right. That's why I'm saying, like, I was going to say, you know, it'd be interesting. A movie take would be, there is a vast conspiracy. The vampires are in control because they are the politicians you see. They're the, you know what I mean? Like, they are those bloodsuckers brought real. And so whenever there's a vampire caught on tape, the tape gets altered or lost. You know, there's a conspiracy network.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, so
they remove the evidence. Yeah,
they're cleaners, basically, that help
most
maintain
people don't
the
know
masquerade.
The silver thing, but I'm a big brain, and it's just one of those things. Like
head.
It's just one of those things. I just knew scientifically that the mirrors were made with silver, and the silver flecks are what make the image on the on film. And so for years, I just thought everyone knew that's why vampires can be. No, but that's why they can't be seen because they're silver. And they're silver is a weakness.
And vampire magic.
Vampire magic, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love the movie. I thought it was 4 out of 5 stars. I gave it a heart and everything.
Wow.
I almost gave it a 5 stars. It was so close.
Wow. Sorry.
Chad, what did you think?
Well, this is you guys.
About it.
I also gave
more
it
movies.
4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
You gave it 4 out of 5 also?
Yes.
It's very good.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, that's a great review,
Stoudman. Take on the vampire genre. Because vampires are a genre.
I hope there's a
sequel. Why not?
Because I'd love to see these characters return.
They kind of are. I mean, I'd say it's at least a subgenre that's sort of spawned its own type of fiction. You know?
Yeah. The subgenre for sure.
Yeah. It's like you got werewolves, you got Frankenstein's, you got ghosts.
Next, we watched the last drive-in version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
Oh, wow. How was that?
The Joe Bob commentary pieces, bookending parts. It's great. I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Joe Bob goes into an incredibly large amount of detail about the film because he knows way too fucking much.
American bigotry. Yeah, he talks about the whole thing. He's talking about bigotry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like, yeah, no, it's actually really interesting. You're like, it's actually real thoughtful. You're like, fuck, okay. Good point.
I know the one you're talking about, the Night Gamer. I think it was actually a British miniseries, wasn't it? Ultraviolet.
I hate that movie.
No. Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Not the Mia Jovovich movie. That's something completely different. Yeah, that's not it. It came out around the same time, which is probably why I didn't get the audience it probably deserved. But I remember hearing that the British one was really good, and it's not anything to do with that thing. It's it's a modern day vampire story, basically. But yeah, that's one I actually forgot about. Thank you for reminding me. I'll have to see if I can track that down because I've been wanting to check it out for quite a while.
Because like the American movie, Mia Jovovich is not great. It's based on a comic.
And it was so strange that two things, they're basically the same title, came out at the same time, and neither has anything to do with the other. Yeah, of course, the Mila Jovovich is widely available. Where's the other one? It's probably long out of print by now.
All right, so yeah, we watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then we watched The Babysitter, where I came up with my brilliant thought.
Okay.
We're watching this movie, and while the script is great, and the acting's great, all that's great, McG doesn't know how to motivate a shot to save his life. For those who don't know, when you make a shot, you have to have a reason, emotionally or physically in the room, for the angle of the shot that you're doing. We're like, you don't just dead on to a wall. You get like, why is it this? Like, there's a whole fucking method to making a movie that most people, especially people who came from music videos, McG, they don't understand that because it's all flashy shit. So this movie's all style over substance. Very flashy, lots of cool shots, lots of great sequences, but like there's no motivation for the shots. So it's kind of like, as a stupid movie hipster like me, I just go, ha, this is great, but it should be so much better if like Eli Craig, the director of Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, were directing it, because then it would be amazing. It'd be a fucking 5 out of 5 stars.
It really felt like a Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
It felt like McG was the script was trying to be Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, and McG was trying to be Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
When you shove those things together, it doesn't mesh well because McG doesn't motivate shots, so it's just kind of.
I thought it worked pretty well.
I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a bad movie. Very enjoyable, but I gave it
3.5 out of 5.
That's fair.
Whoa.
That's fair.
So,
it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it, and I want to see the sequel now.
We're going to see the sequel.
The concept behind it is so fucking good.
And I have no idea how they're going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, you have to watch and find out.
I just like, how are they going to continue this? It's wild.
So,
just like,
just now, let me just say how I had to finagle the search on Amazon to find this, because as soon as I put ultraviolet in for a search, everything that ever had an ultraviolet digital code came out. Thank you very much for using that name and making it even more confusing.
What? One last thing I had to say, my big brain thought was McG is Diet Michael Bay. There we go. That was it.
I'll take McG over Michael Bay any day. Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
In a new...
I'm not complaining. Yeah. That's an opinion. You're right. Yeah.
Fuck Michael Bay. Carrying on.
I agree. I'm not agreeing. I don't disagree at all.
At least McG does things that are fun. But anyway.
It's true.
So Ultraviolet. Okay, Ultraviolet was a BBC miniseries, 6 hour-long episodes from the early 2000s. Just read you a little bit off the case.
I'm already
here.
interested. Right
and
there.
it is available. It's about $20. It's a 2-disc DVD set, no Blu-ray.
I need to get that.
So he says, in a new twist on an old theme, the coolly stylish British miniseries Ultraviolet brings vampires into the 21st century, though the word vampire is never uttered in this mix of the X-Files and somber British TV mysteries like Touching Evil. Jack Davenport is a police detective who stumbles into an elite government agency when his partner and best friend suddenly becomes a nocturnal thug and bites him on the neck. Davenport reluctantly cuts off his old friends and lovers to join the team, which includes Idris Elba as a merciless ex-soldier and Susanna Harker as a medical researcher, and investigate a web of counterfeiting operations, banking scams, and experimental labs featuring human guinea pigs. What they're researching is pollution, contamination of their blood supply, offers team leader and former priest Philip Quast. But the question remains, are they soulless monsters out to conquer mankind, or a persecuted minority who just want to live in peace with humans?
Okay. I'm sold. You need to buy this. We need to do a live viewing of this.
This sounds really good. Writer, director, creator Joe Ahern brings all the traditional vampire tropes up to date. Not only do they lack reflections in a mirror, but they don't show up on video, and their voices don't carry over phone lines or record on audio tapes. Quote, which makes surveillance a bitch.
The voice line thing that makes like there's no scientific basis because doesn't use silver.
Okay, we literally just had that whole conversation. Yeah. Let's not have it again. Sunlight burns like an acid, and when they die, they go up like a flare, leaving a pile of ash in their wake. But it's the sharp character writing, moral quandaries, and ingenious twists of this smart, stylish conspiracy thriller that make this series gripping down to the final episode.
I literally talked about the vampire conspiracy, and now the show already exists. I need to see this.
Add to cart.
Please do buy.
That
Hold on. You
sounds
guys said that
amazing.
the audio thing wouldn't work, but I seem to recall that there was a type of tape called the metal tape.
Yes.
They used actual metal to make the tape.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm thinking, could they have, like, if there was a Van Helsing type character in the story who just so happened to take a metal tape or the concept for it and use silver to make the metal tape?
Maybe. It's pushing it, but maybe. Yeah. Thanks again for reminding me of that one. Legally Blind Gamer. I had completely forgotten about it, but yeah, definitely gonna grab that.
Before we continue, I have to use the bathroom. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll talk about the movies I watched.
Okay.
So, the big one that I watched this week was Child's Play 2019.
Oh, the new one. I have not watched that yet. I think it's on streaming somewhere.
Which I was not comfortable watching because it wasn't Don Mancini. Or not Don Mancini.
Yep.
Yes, okay. It wasn't Don Mancini who did it. And I was just like, well, they're taking his idea and they're fucking turning it into something else, and they're just trying to profit off of it. And they're just fucking doing a cheap cash-in bullshit.
Bunch of fucking crap.
Yeah. Well, that was my fear at least. But then we heard about how Mark Hamill was going to play the voice of Chucky. And I was like, voice of Chucky. Okay. One thing I didn't know when I started watching it is that Aubrey Plaza, we talked about her. She's in this movie. She plays Andy's mom in the movie. And
okay.
She's fantastic.
I love her in everything. I just love her.
So yeah, I have to say, first off, the first big thing here, Chucky looks fucking terrible. Like, not terrifying, just fucking the worst version of Chucky you've ever seen. Looks absolutely awful, terrible, no good at all. Not even believable as a doll that anybody would ever want to buy because it looks so fucking terrible.
Really?
And its facial animations and movements make no fucking sense. They don't look realistic at all. They look like the kind of thing that you'd find at the fucking dollar store if you were to find any kind of animatronic anything at the dollar store.
It would look like that. Great.
It looks fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That said, the movie itself, Mark Hamill playing the voice of Chucky, and the story behind the movie itself, it fucking works. It's entertaining. The movie is actually good. I can't believe it. Holy shit. I enjoyed this movie. I just didn't like the way Chucky looked. That's it. But everything else was pretty damn good. And at the end of the movie, like if you stay after the credits, it's not an after the credits scene, but you do get to hear Mark Hamill as Chucky singing the song that they play in the commercial for the doll or whatever.
Yeah.
And a nice and slow and creepy and Mark Hamill-y way. And it's a nice little ending to the fucking film. So yeah, I want to buy that movie now.
Okay.
I like that.
Cool.
Wow, that's huge. You want to buy that one, huh? Wow.
Well, you didn't hear my fucking reasoning.
I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah, no, it's good. Did you hear me?
Okay, what do you think I'm honestly going to give it?
Did you hear how I talked about how fucking terrible Chucky looked?
No.
Okay.
Chucky looked terrible.
Don't want to know anything about it. Just tell me.
It needs to be said. Chucky looks fucking terrible. But everything else is good.
What do you think I'm going to give it, rating-wise?
2.5 out of 5.
Probably at least a 6 out of 10. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's good.
Wow. 7 out of 10.
You're still gonna. The thing is, the reason I know you're not going to give it like an 8 out of 10 or anything like that.
It's not good enough 8 out of 10.
It's not Don Mancini. I
won't hold that against the movie as movie. That's just.
And you're going to take one look at Chucky the way I did, and like, who the fuck would ever buy that?
Chucky might be the reason I might have a problem, but I would never hold the fact. I would never hold the fact that it was done not by Don Mancini, but against the movie because it's its own thing. You know.
Well,
just using Child's Play as a title, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Just remind myself that, you know.
And Aubrey Plaza is in it, so that's another.
Yes, she's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Love
Aubrey Plaza.
The only other movie I watched this week was last night, and that was Cropsy, which I wanted to watch again because I thought it was combined with the other documentary the guy did, and I found out, oh no, these are two different documentaries. Killer Legends, yeah.
Killer Legends, yeah.
I thought that like it was a documentary that started out talking about the Cropsy legend and then moved on to the others, but Killer Legends is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because it does start off I think it starts off in that movie talking about the previous movie the guy had done, which is about Cropsy. It's Cropsy. Right. And then it goes on to some of the other legends and whatnot. And one of the legends it goes into is the poison candy and razor blade and the apple myth and all that stuff. And so,
I remember this.
I wanted to watch that again because I have a bad memory. I forget these things. I just remembered that I liked that documentary. I wanted to see it again. But I watched Cropsy instead. Still creepy and good, and liked it. And
I really like Cropsy. I thought Urban Legends fell short of Cropsy.
The only way to watch it without ads right now, first of all, it's not available physically at all anywhere in the world. Period.
Nope, it's never been released.
Second, the only way to watch it streaming is to watch it either with ads on a few different services, or to watch it on Gravitas.
I've got a rip of it because
I can't remember what the name of the fucking company is. Something Gravitas. The production company.
One of those companies.
They put it up on their YouTube channel in 480p, glorious 480p.
Nice.
And you can just watch it on there for free, the whole damn thing.
480p is the best.
Gravitas Ventures, yes.
All right, so after we watched Babysitter, we watched Horror of Dracula, aka Dracula from 1958.
Hey, I just saw that for the first time recently.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just did too.
Nice.
I chose it because I'm doing a Hooptober challenge.
Okay.
Which is like a movie watching challenge on Letterboxd, where you watch these movies and write short reviews for all of them if you want. I wrote a little bit more on this than I wanted on some of the other ones, but
that's okay.
My
that happens.
Ringu Zero is almost a paper by itself, so I might just release it as an article or something.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Dracula 1958, also known as Horror of Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I just absolutely love the sets and the fucking costumes in these movies. It just always blow me away.
Yes.
That's my biggest takeaway.
Oh yeah.
All the
I love all of that. The lighting's great too.
Yeah. All the Hammer Gothic horrors are like that. They just have gorgeous sets. They use these old European castles and stuff, and just beautiful to look at.
So, but here's the thing about that. I'm so used to seeing in horror movies like this, to seeing all the fucking paintings in the background. Like, they're really fucking well done paintings and stuff like that. But I'm so used to seeing them as paintings in the background, not as the actual background, that when we started watching this, I literally said, "Oh, that's a really nice painting in the background." And then they actually start walking into the background, and you're like, "Oh, that's not a painting."
And I said something at the painting, and it wasn't a painting.
It was just the background.
I was like, "Oh my god,
really nice.
That's a huge fucking set."
That's a nice painting they're walking into.
Right? Fucking Looney Tunes to me. That's what happened there.
It's I
got played by
the painted hole in the wall, but or painted tunnel. But it's when I watched those, I had just finished getting all 9 of the Dracula films, and I was like, well, I have all 9 of them. I should watch them. So I did. I actually, over the course of like a week, I watched all 9 of them.
Nice.
And it was so much fun. It was great. Even the ones that Christopher Lee aren't in are still really good films. That would be Brides of Dracula and Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires is just so much fun. It's like way more fun than I expected it to be. It's like a legit interesting vampire movie that incorporates like Eastern ideas of vampirism and vampires into it. Plus Kung Fu, like just it's one of the only two collaborations between Hammer and the Shaw Brothers. The other one was Shatter. The other one was Shatter.
Shatter.
Yeah, also known as
Mr. Is that the action film?
Yes, also known as Mr.
Okay.
Shatter. But that was the only 2 they did. So it's unfortunate because the one I watched was a lot of fun. But I enjoyed the whole Dracula series. I mean, obviously some entries are stronger than others, but the first one's definitely one of the good ones. And I liked a lot of the ones in between as well. Scars of Dracula is the goriest one by far. Brides of Dracula, one of the ones that doesn't have Dracula in it, is really good. That's getting a special edition from Scream Factory soon, next month, I think. And it's just a really good series. I'm looking forward to diving into all the many, many other Hammers as well.
I would like to watch more of them. I just I don't have all of them.
No, it's great. It's a great studio.
Stout has less than me. So.
I mean, they are very rightly seen as the legendary studio they are. I mean, not only did they kind of breathe new life into the classic monsters, but they helped to push a lot of envelopes in the horror genre in general that at the time not many other studios were doing. So they broke a lot of ground, which paved the way for...
I've read more about them than I've seen. So.
Yeah, they broke a lot of ground, which definitely paved the way for a lot of studios throughout the 60s and especially into the 70s. To the point where they basically got left behind, and it was the other studios that kind of, took over.
Leapfrogged them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they tried to keep up, sort of. It's like suddenly they weren't the trendsetters; they were trying to keep up with the trends that they kind of set in motion, and they just couldn't. They did their best throughout the early to mid 70s. And there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff in the 70s era Hammer for sure. But you can definitely tell they were like desperately trying to keep up with what the other studios were doing in terms of adding some exploitation elements and so forth into it, and that was it. It was ultimately the death of the studio for a while. But I just wish they had folded after doing their Vampirella film. I really would have liked to see that.
I know.
And it would have been the perfect era for them to do that as well. I mean, it was right when they were getting into sort of more exploitation-y stuff, gory, more nudity. it would have been perfect for something like a racy comic book adaptation like Vampirella.
They would have handled that perfectly, honestly.
They really would have. They would have got like the most gorgeous, one of the ladies of Hammer they could get their hands on. And, we eventually did get a Vampirella film in the mid-'80s. Like
oh my god, so bad.
Video garbage that was just
it was direct-to-TV, like a
pale imitation of the comic character, but...
I can't remember which did it, but yeah, it's HBO Showtime.
They got Talisa Soto to be Vampirella. Not a bad casting choice, but, it just wasn't... I've seen pictures of it. I haven't seen the full film, but, I mean, even just from that, it's like, why'd they give her, like, this cheap-ass looking vinyl outfit? Like...
Right.
I always pictured it as being an almost silk-like, but like slightly more durable material for her outfit, like that's kind of how it looks in the paintings, the covers.
Some sort of cloth.
Yeah, like a material, but durable and stretchy.
Yeah, Jim Wynorski directed that movie, Vampirella movie, correct? So he's like a king of like TNA, so
Yeah, but then did it as like a TV movie where you couldn't have much TNA.
No, it was a Showtime HBO.
Okay.
They can do whatever they want. Yeah,
right.
It's pay TV.
I think it was still pretty watered down, though. I don't recall.
It was 100%. I'm the same.
Well, it's a comic book movie. We have to make it suitable for children.
That could have been a thing. I'm not lying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The last movie I watched was this morning. I watched Shark Night 3D.
Okay. Heard of that one.
I saw it, 2013, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right before I got Letterboxd. So I had not logged on Letterboxd. So on Letterboxd, this is my first time watching it. This is my second time watching this, and I'll never watch it again. I've seen it enough. It's a 3 out of 5 star movie. It's not offensive. It's a little dumb. Characters make a lot of stupid mistakes. That's about it. Like, you can't really... So, the characters are dumb. It's not necessarily a movie. You can't claim the movie for that. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
The characters can be dumb. There are dumb people in this world. Anyway. The characters are far from perfect. The CGI is laughable at best. And the logic is... The big problem is there's some logic issues. So, like, in one scene, the guy knows first aid, he's like, I can't move so-and-so because I have to keep them stable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay. Then we'll go on the boat and we'll bring medevac back. We'll call for medevac as soon as we have signal on the cell phone. Because where they're at, they have no signal, of course. There's a lot of exposition lines where you're just like, oh, why do you even say that? We know that.
Yeah.
That just make you groan.
Oh, like, you don't need to spoon feed it to us quite this much.
Yeah. But I always make sure you explain, I can't blame the writing. This is probably a studio mandated thing. I try to blame studio for all that shit.
Usually that is the studio when it comes to exposition. It's like,
well,
but how does the audience know this?
Yeah.
So here's the problem I have with the movie. So he says he has to keep him stable, right? And then, not even one scene later, one scene later, he's up and trying to fight a shark with one arm.
Oh.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck? Why can't he go on the goddamn boat? I mean, Turned out the boat wasn't a great choice either when there's a killer shark after people, but, hey. Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
It was not a bad movie. It's a fun little flick. You'll enjoy it for one time through, but then remind yourself you don't see it anymore. I mean, you might love it. Fuck, I don't know. I would say you could love it.
I saw it all. I saw everything.
I was just going to install a couple of the new scary games, but I forgot that you could see that over there, and that's right. I need to install it. I'll do that after. Don't worry. It's fine. I was just trying to multitask while we were chatting.
You didn't see anything.
Saw nothing.
Have you seen Shark Night 3D, Justin?
No.
Oh, you'll probably love it.
Not even remotely familiar with it, but it does sound good and cheesy.
What's the one in the shopping mall, everyone?
Dawn of the Dead?
No,
The-
the fucking Cottonmouth
The
flood.
shark movie in the shopping mall?
Yes, it's like one of those downstairs like shopping centers, and there's a flood and sharks are in there.
Edited in post. Yeah.
I have no fucking clue. Like, once again, I have no clue.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's
you
one.
say it's in one of those underground malls? Like,
That's
I've
one
never
shortcoming
heard
of my
an
film
underground
What the
knowledge.
fuck? Okay, I'm so sorry you have never traveled outside of the
I'm
West
completely
Coast, you
uncultured,
fucking weirdo.
okay?
That's one of the shortcomings of my film knowledge is I'm not particularly into shark movies, so I don't really know much about them. It's just
What
not,
the fuck? How are you my friend?
It's just
nuts?
not. It's just not much of a genre I have an interest in. Sharks.
I love
never
animal
really did
attack
for me.
animals attack movies.
I like some animal attack movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not big on sharks. Like it's like yeah, Jaws, sure, cool, but that's about the extent of it. Jaws. I'll watch Jaws just because it's a great
I like
movie.
all killer attack,
Yeah.
killer shark. But that's just
But
me.
Sharknado, don't care.
Except shark,
Mega
except
Shark
the Sharknado one.
versus
Fuck those.
everything else, Mega Giant. I don't care. Kaiju wannabe
Bait.
bullshit.
The movie is called
You know.
Bait. Bait 3D is the one that's in the flooded shopping mall.
Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy Crawl.
It's not underground.
what I'd like
It's
to
just
see.
a flood, like like Louisiana, that kind of thing, where it just
Orca.
floods.
Orca's another
And
one.
so these people are trapped
like.
in a shopping mall
I'd like to
Oh.
see anyway.
and like a grocery store. Excuse me. And yeah. Oh, I have Crawl. Crawl's great. I've seen Crawl. I don't want any. If you don't ever put a Sharknado in front of me, I'll just fucking lose it.
How many of those have there been now? It's
Like
like, a
six.
fucking kids' bar.
Five or six, I think.
Seven.
Fucking 50
Seven.
kids'
Seven.
bars.
Okay.
7.
7.
Yeah.
There's been 7 of those fucking movies.
See, that's just it's studio created, trying to create the vibe of a cheesy low budget movie, and it's not. No.
Right.
There's a
You
certain
can't purposely
Just,
make
it's
a bad movie.
weird.
no. Well, exactly. There's like a certain magic that needs to occur in order for a low budget bad movie to be good, and you can't just create that intentionally.
Oh, there was only 6.
Formulaically. You know.
There's only 6.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So yes,
If you set
like-
out to make a bad movie, you've already failed.
yes. The thing is, a lot of the bad movies that we love were by people who were genuinely trying to make a good
Yes.
movie, or who genuinely
Yeah.
thought they were making a good movie, and you can feel that
But-
genuine passion in the end product.
So, and that's why that's wonderful. Was what not wonderful is, what makes how does it make sense to if you purposely make a bad movie and you succeed at making a bad movie? Did you really? You didn't fail.
Yeah,
You didn't succeed because you didn't make anything anyone wants to fucking watch.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's how it should be. For some reason, they become a cultural phenomenon
Yeah.
because Twitter is whatever.
Twitter is whatever.
If
you
it
do.
now, if it's like a parody,
It's trying
of
to
bad
be, but it doesn't
movies,
know
then
what
that's
parody
fine.
is.
But like if you're
It's
just
not.
you're trying to make one of those types of movies, then I'm sorry,
like-
you don't understand those types of movies. You don't know what they actually are and what the appeal is of them.
Miami Connection, Samurai Cop,
Yes,
they're all classics because they are movies that people tried to make a good movie
yes,
and just didn't because they're inept people.
yes. Well,
My favorite kind of art.
and pretty much anything by Ed Wood, you know, and that's why
Yeah.
they're so beloved. It's like not because they're great movies, but because he thought he was making great movies, and you can feel that honesty in them, and
There's-
that
It's
genuine
the
There's a
same
passion.
truth.
for the Room too. By the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah,
Yeah, The
too,
Room would be
in
another
Troll
one.
2.
Yeah.
Troll 2, another famous one.
fact.
Mhm.
There's a couple dozen famous ones.
All of
but,
those.
like,
Yeah, see,
so that's why
as,
those are
as
great.
Great Red Shark puts it, he says, it takes soul to make a good bad movie. There you go.
See, I don't really call them good bad movies. I just call them movies. They're just
Yeah.
they're movies that miss the mark. You know.
Movies that miss the mark.
And
Well,
the
we
best-
I
admire-
just don't like talking shit about it because
We
you know
admire
that's
the
someone's
passion.
favorite movie, right? So
Yeah,
like,
we admire the passion.
I don't,
But no,
I don't like getting people
midnight
young, so I'm trying to be
movies,
more
yeah.
positive in my
Yeah,
outlook.
see.
You know.
See, well, and that's another thing entirely is movies, you know, from back in the day that were created for the drive-ins or whatever. Like they're fun because they're kind of a cultural bookmark, you know, where it's like
They're maverick.
you wouldn't
you
see
know?
movies like this nowadays. You know, they were done
You
on the
really
cheap.
don't, in fact, see any of those movies.
No,
Oddly.
like all the Hemisphere ones we watched, like
Yeah.
those were great, but not necessarily because they were great movies, but they were fun. You know, they were enjoyable. You could picture yourself sitting in a drive-in with your date, watching them, And it's like, oh, this is the part where we make out because there's nothing happening in the story. So.
Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
Snakes on a Plane works because they lean into the concept.
Yes.
And are hamming it up, and so now it becomes like parody of the animal taxon instead.
Exactly.
It's not really a parody,
different.
but it's kind of a parody. And now it's more enjoyable. Sharknado doesn't do that at all. It just makes a bunch of bad choices on purpose.
Yeah. Sharknado
thinks
doesn't even seem to know
for some
what
reason,
it
people think
is.
that's funny. I don't get it, but you're welcome to like it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's missing the mark for me in the wrong way.
Drive-in movies from the 70s became the equivalent of straight-to-VHS movies in the 80s. Yeah, pretty much.
And direct-to-TV movies.
They were created
for movies in the 90s. You know?
and hello, Chelsea.
HBO and Showtime movies in the 90s and 2000s.
Thank you for the host.
It's like, think about all great fucking parody movies of
they stopped being good after the 90s.
Yeah.
They did. But that's not my point. My point is, all the great parody movies, what did they do that made them so fucking good? Well, look at what Mel Brooks did, right?
Yeah.
He made a parody of a fucking Western called it Blazing Saddles. He made a parody of Star Wars called it Spaceballs. He made a parody of Robin Hood movies, and he called it Robin Hood Men in Tights. He plays on all these fucking tropes from all these genres that he's working with.
But here's the difference.
He specifically mentions all these. He puts all mentions, or like not mentions, but references to all these tropes in his movies and makes fun of them.
Yeah.
That's not what Sharknado does.
But here's the thing, though.
At all.
Here's the thing with Mel Brooks movies is he's also, and this goes for Gene Wilder as well, his oft-times collaborator, is they were huge film aficionados. Like they love film, they love movies, they grew up watching movies, wanting to get into movies, wanting to make movies. They just love movies. So the one thing that really shines through with all of those Mel Brooks films is the love of the movies that he's parodying. Is like they're very loving parodies, you know. Like he did High Anxiety, which is his Alfred Hitchcock parody, and it parodies all the like big famous scenes from all of Hitchcock's biggest films. Young Frankenstein, which is his love letter, and Gene Wilder's love letter to.
That's how you do a horror parody.
The classic Frankenstein movies, where it has all these familiar moments and tropes and kind of turns them on their head and makes fun of them. But it is, in and of itself, a proper Frankenstein movie, you know? Just like High Anxiety, while it makes fun of all the Hitchcock tropes, is, in and of itself, a proper, like, psychological suspense movie that also happens to be incredibly funny. And that goes for pretty much all of his. Blazing Saddles, it's a parody of Westerns and also skewering racism. And it's also a proper Western. You know, it's like there's just all these layers to, and I think that's why Mel Brooks movies will endure forever, because they just got it right, you know?
Yeah. And, like, this is what I'm saying about Sharknado movies, though. Where are the fucking references to tropes?
Yes.
Like, okay, you want to make a movie that's parodying bad horror movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are your bad horror movie tropes?
Yeah.
There are none. You're literally just trying to push the fucking
there are bad movie
can.
tropes. Boom mic comes in, boom mic, visible camera crew, a prop breaking, a wall like seem visible. Like there are tropes. The tropes are errors.
Yeah.
That are make those movies funny.
Yeah.
And like Sharknado doesn't have any of those.
No.
And like
Exactly.
it's just.
Well, that's the point.
None of the modern parodies have those either. They just directly take those scenes from the movies that they want to parody, and they just repeat them with a bunch of really dumb dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
and
the fucking problem.
not a fucking parody. And that's not a parody either.
No.
This is why we haven't had a good parody movie since the fucking 90s.
It's mimicry. It's mockery. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's why I don't like modern.
And they don't know. They just don't know. They just don't get it. Basically, they're just trying to make a fast buck and think like, oh, people like bad movies now. It's popular, so let's make some bad movies. And it's like, no, that's you don't get it.
You're not doing it right.
You don't
God damn
get it.
and now they poison the well of ideas.
Well, that's the other problem, is there's such a proliferation of them that we got. Like, even fucking Roger Corman was getting in on this craze with, like, his Mega
His
Shark
movies
and
are actually good, though.
Mega Shark and Giant Octopus or whatever, but, you know...
Those are actually good ones. I mean, like...
Yeah.
There's a few good ones.
Well, at least, I mean, Roger Corman comes out of that original well.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of the originals to do that, to make these movies
Right.
on the cheap.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And and again, out of out of wanting to make a fast buck, but also because he loves movies. And, you know, there's that...
I want them to be good.
There's still that passion. If you look at Corman's fucking Edgar Allan Poe adaptations, yeah, they're low budget, but they're good. Like, he actually took the material seriously and did it well.
Involved in those.
You know? Yeah.
But it's like... Yeah, and they poison the well of ideas, and I say that because now you go, oh, I love movies that are, like, not great, but, like, are fun to watch anyway. Like, oh, like Sharknado? I'm like, no.
No.
Not like Sharknado.
Very
and then
much
you have to have
not
an argument.
like Sharknado.
And then you're like a pedantic asshole for having fucking taste. Like, motherfucker. I'm sorry, I've been dating too much and having some fucking arguments with some people.
Iceman says the pilot.
I had a date literally go to fucking South because I got pedantic about that shit.
Iceman says the pilot to the Blazing Shadows series at Blazing Saddles. He says too much dark shadows on my mind today.
Oh god.
Yeah, my mind today. Too much dark shadows. Never have too much dark. We barely scratched the surface of that iceberg. We got a long way to go yet.
Iceberg straight ahead.
Plow through. But
that's everything I watched, by the way.
Yeah, what did you watch, Sean?
Sorry for going on a rant again.
That's
Fuck
okay. It was interesting. That's the kind of stuff people watch our shows for.
True.
I didn't watch any movies at all this week, actually. I've been too busy. I was working on videos. I was working on trying to figure out what games to play for the rest of Halloween and having them break on me. Downfall is going well. That's probably going to be the next one after Onimusha. And then, we watched Dark Shadows on Thursday. Watched the first 15 episodes of that. Everybody had a lot of fun. Sure to join us for that. Have fun with us. And then I was watching the Doctor Who Power of the Daleks special edition. And about 4 parts in. Probably finish it up later tonight. So
have you seen animation yet? Is it?
Oh yeah, it's all animated. No episodes.
Okay. How's it look? I mean, like, really?
It looks really good. It's it's very much low budget animation. It has a bit of a flash quality to it, but like the designs of the faces and the characters are very good, very expressive. The Daleks, of course, are all done in CG, but it's like cel shaded CG, so it actually looks quite.
That's good.
It looks very good. Yeah, I like how they did it. Honestly, there are times I almost forget I'm watching animation. It's not because the animation is just so amazing. It's just that it conveys just enough that it just kind of lets you just kind of forget about it and just get sucked into the story. But it's a great way for them to bring these old lost episodes back to life. You know, because I mean they have these now pristinely remastered audio recordings of the sound. So it's just a matter of doing visuals to match up with that. And I mean, that's how they do cartoons. They do the sound first, and then they do the animation to match. So, or they do the voice recordings anyway. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. As I say, it's from the same team that did the Macra Terror, which I have watched. And that one's also fantastic. It's really, really well done. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. So whenever we get around to doing our revisitings, I assume you guys want to check out these animated versions and see how they look.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you'll enjoy
them.
I'm
sure.
And I'll have
some of the stories are like, yes, I would love to, because we only watch like telesnaps.
Well, yeah, especially these ones, because the ones that they've been recreating are from some of the more devastated seasons. So it's actually really nice to see them kind of brought back to life like this. And yeah, I'm actually very happy with them. I think it's terrific. Some people are critical of the animation because it's not fucking Disney quality. It's like, what do you expect? This is such a niche within a niche within a niche product. We're lucky to be getting this at all.
Yeah, I know.
I'm quite happy
so
quite
rare.
happy. So
Before we just had still photos. Like, come on, this is way better.
well, exactly. Still photos and a handful of surviving clips, and that's it. But
you know how hard it is to watch Marco Polo and still photos?
I really hope they do that. That is such a good story too. That's
I know. It's so hard to watch when it's just a bunch of still photos.
Well, and when we watched that, we only watched the condensed version. You didn't even watch the full 7-episode version. I watched that later, and I sat down. It was actually when I read the novel, because I was going to do my story-by-story reviews, which I kind of drifted away from. But I read the novel, and then I was like, well, I've got this like full reconstructed version. Why don't I watch that? I've never actually watched it all before, and I watched it, and yeah, I was amazed just how gripping that story was. Like, that was the first historical story. It was only the 4th story that they did, and it was fantastic. It was so well done, and full of so much intrigue and mystery and backstabbing and scheming and plotting and stuff, and it's like, I just can't fathom why that story is still missing, because they were distributing it overseas at the time. Like, the show was available everywhere. They found all the other episodes no problem from that season. It's only that one story that's missing from season 1, and a couple episodes from the final story. But I just can't understand how it hasn't been located. Like, it's just, it was as widely distributed as the rest of the season, but it just disappeared without a trace. Like, I don't think they even have clips. They only have stills. They have a lot of stills. They took a lot of full color pictures on the set, which is pretty cool. But
it's just gone.
But it's just gone. So, yeah.
Bummer. I hope they find more episodes, damn it.
I hope they find more. Supposedly, last I was looking, it is confirmed there are at least 6 missing episodes currently in the hands of private collectors that don't want to lend them out to the BBC. They just want to be the only people in the world to have this film. They are those kinds of people. Yeah.
So those are the kind of people who need their shit
do they even
stolen from
understand
them.
that
Yeah.
it's film, right?
Yeah.
It's film, right? Then they have to know that, like, it's not going to last forever.
Oh, I know.
They don't care. They want to be the only ones who have it as long as they live.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a power thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I have the only copy in existence? Oh, then you're definitely not getting it.
It's the cuntiest of all behaviors, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they're asking too much, exactly. It's either they would just want to,
There's being a rich asshole.
They're being selfish, or they...
Guys.
Yeah,
Dude, I wouldn't charge a fucking thing.
No, neither would I.
Fucking clean this shit up. You give me a new print on top of this.
Yeah, so here, you borrow the film, clean it up, give me a high quality digital copy of the cleaned up film, and that can be my payment. Just having a nicely cleaned up
and a copy of the Blu-ray when it comes out.
Yeah, a nicely cleaned up version that I can watch on my computer and not have to risk damaging the film every time I want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
But yeah, I wouldn't charge a damn thing if I had something like, seriously? I've got one of the missing episodes? Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, share it with the world. Let's get it out there.
Cuntiest of behavior. I'm reiterating.
Yeah, cuntiest. So at least 6 episodes in that situation. Pretty sure one of them is episode 3 of The Web of Fear. And the reason that one is special is it's the first ever appearance of the Brigadier.
The people asking for too much money, they should just, BBC should petition to get a rich benefactor to come pay for specific episodes to get restored, get their name on the credits and all that shit, Yeah,
I know.
Like, oh, you want your $1 million? All right, well, we're gonna raise the money. We're gonna go public about needing this much money.
We need this much money because this cunt demands this much money to borrow his film that he's constantly hoarding.
You can set the value of anything you have, but the cunty ones are the ones that are just sitting on it and don't want anything done with it. That's the cuntiness. The other ones have a high price. That's their price that they set for the personal value of what that is, and that's a collector. You gotta respect that, even if you don't agree with it.
Well, the thing
at least they have a number.
Yeah, the thing is, Major Matoke, it's not just Doctor Who. There's a lot of other shows as well. Doctor Who's just one of the more high-profile ones. But there's some shows from the early days of the BBC that they had recordings of up until the mid 70s that are just gone. Like there are shows from the 50s and 60s, well 60s mainly, that will never be seen again because every last surviving copy of them that are known to exist are gone. So yeah, a lot of classic music performances, a lot of other shows. What was it? There was a show called Time Slip, which was a British series, which was a color sci-fi series done in the 70s, early 70s, and it got wiped. But only like a couple out of the 26 episodes still survive in color. The rest are all... They do have all the episodes, thankfully, but most of them are black and white film prints because the original color tapes were wiped.
But that also means they can use that process from Doctor Who to extract the color because it's film prints.
If the chroma dots were retained in the transfer process, that is what it is conducive to, or that's what it.
Well, black and white's better than nothing, though. To be fair.
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So what that was is there was two different ways they could transfer the color video to film, and one was to put a filter that would kind of smear over the chroma dots and just give it a more sort of pleasing black and white appearance. The other was to just do a straight transfer, which left the chroma dot information intact. So they were able to feed it through this algorithm, which would read what it could off the chroma dots and actually be able to approximate the original color from that. So what they did for one of the episodes of Doctor Who, specifically I think it was episode 3 of Planet of the Daleks, that one was done with was transferred with intact chroma dots. So they ran it through the process. Then they took that to a colorization team who went through it again and manually recolored the parts that needed to be touched up. Then they took that and ran it through the process called vidfire, which restored the video look to it, like by interpolating additional frames in to restore the 25 frames per second interlaced image to fully create the studio video look. You look at that compared to the other 5 episodes of that story, and it's like, I can't tell the difference.
Wow.
Like, this literally looks like normal.
I would like to see that.
It's you have seen it, but you probably don't remember because it was a while ago.
Oh yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But it's I think there's a few moments that give it away a little bit, but like 90% of it, 90% of it is like damn near perfect. Like it looks so good. Yeah. So they lucked out. I guess they just had a really clean.
It's not even like colorization technically.
They had like
a color there.
It's restoring the existing color.
They're like removing grime.
Yeah.
And putting the color back in.
Yeah, it was
a
like pretty amazing difference. That one is actually.
I do remember when we're talking about that. When I was remembering this, that was a really amazing process.
There was I think there was a featurette about it too. I'm pretty sure we watched a featurette about it. That one is actually on the John Pertwee Blu-ray set, the one that came out. That story's on.
I don't have any of those yet.
No, I know, but
that's the 2 Tom Baker ones.
Yes, you was the first one and the last one, I think. So,
yes.
So you need the one that just came out, the one in the middle.
Yes. Well, I don't have money.
Well, yes, we are aware. I'm just saying. The
As you can tell, I had no pickups this week.
The second of the 2 gothic horror seasons. Yes.
All right. So yeah.
Wow, that was good. Some good shit this week.
Done before 3 a.m. I'll call that a victory.
Yes.
2 weeks in a row. It was
actually,
late.
We didn't start to. We started earlier this week, so with the pre-show, so we were able to kind of get things going a little quicker.
We had like an hour and a half pre-show or something, didn't we?
Only an hour and a half this week, yeah. So those who are wondering where the headband came from is from the Zoolander Steelbook.
It's his new streaming attire.
Yes.
Every stream.
Now, and also not a 3-hour-long pre-show. So, I think in this case, the main show is actually longer for once instead of about the same length.
Like it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that.
It's supposed to be like that. Pre-show's shorter, main show's longer. Yes.
But yeah. Last couple of weeks are a bit weird.
That's okay. That happens sometimes. Hey, it just means more show for you guys to enjoy. So, bonus. Alrighty, folks. Well, I guess that is it for another week. we will see you again next week for more Saturday Night Insanity goodness. Those of you on Twitch, stick around. We're going to continue the stream on my end here, and maybe do some editing, maybe play some games. I don't know. We'll do something. Anyway, those of you on YouTube, we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for commenting. Big thanks to the Patreon sponsors, obviously. And thanks to you. You know who you are. You for watching. See you next time.
Strafe. Penis.
Stay safe, everybody, with your penis.
Good night.
Good night.